to the YouTube peeps here real quick. Welcome in, YouTube. Sorry,
Hello,
I am always
YouTube.
late.
We'll get there eventually.
Yes. Oh, what happened to my display there? Something fucked up. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. But we're doing Yu-Gi-Oh things again, and I have caught wind of a lot of new Chaos support. I am an individual who has not spent a lot of time in the game since, I think, 2017, I think, is when I decided I was not going to play vanilla paper Yu-Gi-Oh anymore. But I've always...
Lots of catching up to do.
Yeah, so there's a lot that I have not seen. Almost a decade's worth of new stuff. So I am exploring Master Duel because, you know, I can do all this wonderful exploring and not necessarily have to spend money to do it. And as of right now, I have a hankering to see what's going on with Chaos stuff. Because it was a deck that I very much enjoyed a long time ago, and I want to take a look and see what Chaos has options for now.
Yeah. And then I am fucking around with Tachyon stuff because I haven't touched it in a long time, and it actually seems good in the current format, and I want to see what kind of silly Tachyon things we can pull off.
Howie, fuck.
Also, welcome in, Mr. Sunshine.
Yep, we have officially made our way out of ads. Hooray. We survived. But yes, we both love Chaos stuff, and Saba has a plan as far as how he wants to go about doing an implementation of it. And I want an education based on some of the new stuff that we have access to. So I'm getting my tour today.
I don't know if I would go so far as to say I have a plan. I just know you said you were like, oh, I want to do Chaos things. I'm like, oh, I have cards that you want to look at. Especially because of your interest in Light and Darkness.
Oh, yeah. If you want to queue up that big bastard here real quick, there is a card that I have found that exists that I did not know existed until not too long ago that is, number one, really fucking cool, and number two, very much akin to my general identity on the internet. When I am not a purple dragon, I am also a split color black and white shapeshifter thing. Therefore, seeing this guy is just fucking cool to me. Not only that, but I've also enjoyed the original Light and Darkness Dragon too. Oh god,
I'd say OG Light and Darkness was a boss in and of itself, but his retrain just chef's kiss.
I think it's fucking awesome.
I agree. And what was cool about it to me, and this is me fanboying a little bit, is the original Light and Darkness Dragon, if you just picked it up because it was a promo when it originally came out, it was just like, well, this is a badass dragon, and like its effect, you know, it was a light type, but its effect said it also counted as a dark type. You knew nothing about it. But if you were a fan of the manga, Chaz in the manga, like Light and Darkness wasn't just another monster, it was a combination of two other dragons. And that really wasn't widely broadcasted because those things were never put into the anime. And unless you were a fan of the manga, you wouldn't know that. And eventually we did get those other dragons, but they were brought out as synchros, which didn't exist in the GX era. So it was just really fucking weird how they chose to go about it in the original attempt. So the retrains, the fact that there is a retrain of the light and the dark dragon, and they're regular effect monsters, and then they can combine to make this, is just, it's a big homage to how they actually worked in the manga, which, as I said, as I'm fanboying, I am a big fan of.
We got a notification. I don't know what it is though.
Oh, I didn't see one.
Let me check the Twitch side of things. It was not the Twitch side of things. I think we got something on YouTube. Maybe it might have been a subscriber, perhaps. But hello.
Perhaps. Hello. Sorry, I'm ranting. We're missing things.
Nah, we're good. We're good.
There's OG.
Was it PS5? No, it definitely came from Meld, so it was something having to do with notification.
Maybe.
But Light and Darkness Dragon.
Yeah. So yeah, he I've used this guy in Blue Eyes, no way.
No.
Because his requirements is a level 8 light dragon and a level 8 dark dragon. Blue Eyes is a level 8 light, so it was very easily for me to utilize this. But he is he functions like the original Light and Darkness. It is a non-optional negate, and he just shuts everything off multiple times. So he's really a really cool floodgate to just piss off your opponent. But like the original, you have to be careful because he does not discriminate. He will stop everything if it's yours or theirs. But he's bigger, so he can do more things. He's easier to go into because of the fusion mechanic, and he also replaces himself when he dies. So he's just a really good retrain. Cards that are really good for him. There is a magic card that came out specifically, literally has him on it. That I really like. I actually, in a couple variation of Blind Blue Eyes where I'm not using them anymore, I'm still using this spell because it's just a good dragon spell. But I like cards that have multiple modes. This is one of them. So you have 3 different effects you can choose when you flip this card. So I like it because it's a Rhoda, it's a hand trap stopper, and it is a battle trick all in one. And you just get to decide which mode you need at any given point in time. So I really like this card.
I did catch wind of this one as well. I did see it. There's another one that I seen with Light and Darkness Dragon Lord in the art, but I can't remember what it's called. I think it might be Duality?
Possibly, but I forget. Actually, hang on. I also want to see, will they pop up? Why does only him show up? But these guys are really cool. Because their synchro variants were kind of butt, I'm not gonna lie. Even 20 years ago when they came out, they were kind of butt. But these guys are actually really cool. Now, in my opinion, the light one is kind of cheeky and kind of like for the meme, or if you're trying to go hard anime. But the dark one is actually really good. But also feeding into the doing Chaos Dragon things. And then why this all kind of bridges together in my brain with what you were talking about, and then you bringing up these guys, is I know I'm going to butcher this. Because his name is literally Chaos, but it's spelled weird. Is it like this?
I know which one this was. K-H-A-O-S.
Yeah, I did get it right. So this guy, he's another fusion that requires, levels don't matter, but it's a light or a dark plus any dragon. When he's fusion summoned, you get to target cards your opponent controls up to the number of light and dark, so max of 2, and just blow them up. So if you use a light and a dark, you get to just blow 2 things up. If you use only one, you get to blow 1 thing. Either way, it's removal. What's cool about this is if the card is banished, you get to level manipulate. So you can target a level 4 light or dark dragon monster you control. Its level becomes 8. Why this is relevant is because the guys I just had up, let me bouncing around here.
Mateus, we're about to answer your question. And Lola, thank you. Light End Sublimation, I think he is?
Yep. These guys can special summon themselves by banishing cards out of your extra deck. So his first, you can banish 1 level 8 dragon from your extra deck, special summon this card from here. And both the light and the dark one can do this. So if you banish Chaos out of your extra deck to summon these guys, it immediately triggers them. So you can do some neat shit with this guy, Starliege, because he's a level 4 dragon. You can send any number of dragons from your hand or face up on the field to the graveyard to add 1 dragon monster from your deck whose level equals the stars you sent. So you can use this to pitch an 8 or to pitch an 8 or get rid of 8 stars worth of monsters to go get an 8. You get one of the light end or the dark end. You special summon that guy by banishing the Chaos out of your extra deck. Chaos triggers because he was banished, makes safer to level 8, and now you have 2 8s on the board to either fuse together and make Light and Darkness Lord, Dragon Lord, or to make a rank 8 Exceed. Like, you have options. And then this guy, while he's in the graveyard, you can banish him to add a level 8 light or dark dragon from your graveyard back to your hand. So it all just kind of starts looping together as far as managing your resources. So, like, Seyfert is kind of like he sets up he is a Chaos Dragon inspired Rhoda, basically.
Effectively.
Yeah, because he's putting what you want in the graveyard, and you can put multiple things in the graveyard if you choose. He can get you what you need, and then with other cards, you can manipulate his level and do things.
And if I'm right, you can't use that Chaos Star Source Dragon's effect to be able to change his level and then tribute him to search something at level 8. Because I think it's original level, right?
Is it original? It is. So Mateus, dumb question. It's not a dumb question. Fusion has come a long way. Polymerization is one of the only cards from like way back then that is still like heavily used in modern Yu-Gi-Oh! So it is definitely still an option. Heroes use the shit out of it, but there are many, many alternate ways to fuse nowadays. These guys that we're talking about specifically, on him, these guys have it built into them. So his second effect, during your main phase, you can fusion summon one fusion monster from your extra deck using monsters from your hand or field. So this card, and the dark one does it too, just say, hey, fuse. Sent a DVD screensaver generator, thank you. I know he already responded to that.
Well, not only that,
Masterpiece in my deck. Masterpiece is another thing you can do. You were saying?
I'm just looking at the different versions of Masterpiece over the years because I know there's a few at this point.
He's still just him. There's a couple different artworks, but
yeah. Well, there's True Draco Slayer, True Draco Slaying King, and then we got True Drake Overlord as well.
Yeah. But
yeah, True Draco was an interesting archetype. I don't know if it's still played heavily anymore. I'm still discovering exactly what the game looks like nowadays.
So not really, but you're not too far off. They actually made a huge resurgence a few formats ago. Like within the past year and a half, they were kind of running around as like a I wouldn't call it necessarily anti-meta. They weren't like best deck in the room, but they were being played often enough because they were just really good into what was being played at the time.
Well, they were categorically like used as stun, pretty much, right?
I mean, that's what the deck does. Fair. Everything that True Dracos do says you don't play the game.
Yeah. So Fusion Mateus has been getting love for a good long time. We got some really awesome archetypes over the last couple of decades that not only made Fusion relevant, but extremely strong. One of the ones that has been around for a good long time is Gem Knights for one, Shadows for another. Shadows are particularly one of my favorite ones. Everything having to do with Albaz is just weird but fun, and I like it, and I want to explore that.
Fuses. Albaz is one fucking little dragon knight who's just on a mission to fuse himself with literally everything he can.
Yes. And not only that, but he fuses, and then when the fusions hit the board, they fuse, and then they fuse, and then they fuse.
And then all of their support cards do things based on how many fusions you have in different places. You had the invoked archetype, which is more based on fusing with your opponent's shit.
And fossils too.
Yeah. Fossils were really gimmicky. I wanted them to be better, but they just
If they were to come out when when people knew of their existence shortly after they debuted in the anime, they'd be busted. But the fact that they came out when they did, they were underwhelming at best and downright unplayable at worst.
Yeah.
But one of the most rampant decks running around that's easily accessible in Master Duel and is extremely potent at both setting up a solid turn 1 board and breaking your opponent's turn 1 boards is Dark Magician, which historically was not a very fusion-centric deck, but the way that they're operating now does a lot of fusing to the point where that becomes one of their main battle tricks to be able to OTK.
Yeah, and you're not wrong. It's just Dark Magician doesn't really fuse that much as far as just cheat fusions out. Like the idea of fusing is taking 2 or more monsters and fusing them together, where Dark Magician is usually using a card to put a singular monster back to make a fusion.
But let's be real, like the initial premise of fusion back in the day when shit, nobody ever fucking used it except for Kaiba in the original anime. In GX is when fusion started to take off in any sort of meaningful way as far as something to pay attention to. Heroes didn't do so much until later iterations. Cyber Dragons was always kind of stupid. Other than that, like, GX made fusion work, but it's still in GX, it wasn't very profitable. It wasn't until later formats.
Fusion, the thing is too with Cyber Dragons were one of the first archetypes to get its own fusion type spell. So like getting access to overload fusion, like it wasn't, they were the one of the first decks that had something that wasn't just polymerization.
Yes.
They had something more tailored to them. They also were the first deck to ever get a fusion that did not require any type of fusion spell. So getting, Chimera Tech, not Over Dragon, Fortress Dragon, that literally just said if you have a Cyber Dragon plus X amount of machines on the board, just make this. That was inherently absurdly busted when it came out. Especially because everyone was playing Cyber Dragons. In the mirror match, you had to be real fucking careful because if you put too many of your dudes out, your opponent could just go special summon Cyber Dragon, eat your board, make a ginormous snake, and punch you in the dick with it.
I'm not going to tell you how many times that's happened to me.
It's happened to all of us quite a few times. Fun fact, we were bringing up the Albaz archetype. Albaz has its own version of that now.
What, as far as a contact fusion?
It is Albaz plus any amount of dragons on any side of the board.
Show me this thing. I am amused.
So if you summon, if you have any type, if you're a high like dragon deck, Albaz is gonna have a real good time with you because they can literally just summon Albaz and just eat your board. There he is. Yeah.
Abelonatus.
Fallen of Albaz plus one or more dragons.
Cannot be used as fusion material. Must either be fusion summoned or special summoned by sending the above cards from any monster zone to the grave. That's funny.
Yeah, he's Fortress Dragon for dragons, but he's specific, like where Fortress required specifically Cyber Dragon, this guy requires specifically Fallen of Albaz.
And then nom all your shit.
So if you summon Fallen of Albaz and you negate its effect, it doesn't matter. They can still just contact fuse with your entire board and make this thing.
Yep, because he is named Fallen of Albaz.
Correct.
So nom.
So that does exist now.
Oh, what the hell was it? See, something like that would be really funny if you cheat out Buster Dragon.
Mm-hmm. Well, hell, if you were really dedicated to the bit, you could even flip a fucking DNA surgery. There's a couple of different ways to change the effects or the typing of your opponent's monsters.
Oh yeah, but in that instance, like you could do like DNA surgery would require some setup. Whereas if you were to cheat a Buster Dragon onto the board, you could do that turn 2, and there's pretty much not anything that anybody could do other than responding to the summon and blowing it up immediately.
That's why this card is funny. Clockwork Knight. All face-up monsters on the field become machines. So you activate this, it just sits there, everything's a machine. You special summon a Cyber Dragon, and guess what? I own your board.
See, those combos are my favorite.
They are silly fun times. Nobody likes you for doing them, but see, that's why I have 2 of this fucker in this deck, because there's just so many ways. Just Cyber Dragon, what? Your board's gone.
Well, that's the thing with, those of us who enjoy playing decks that like to OTK don't like when our opponents decide they're going to build, 7 or 8 negates on the board at one time and just tell us to not be able to play the game.
Correct.
So, your board's gone.
Mine now.
Nom, 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 nom. But boy, we got off on a tangent.
It happens. But there's a lot of the moral of the story is there's a lot of shit for Chaos. The Light End and Dark End are definitely something to look at because they make going into Light and Darkness Dragon Lord very easy.
I like
the
this.
Bestials I feel like are almost an auto include because they are Chaos Dragons that also facilitate as hand traps and bodies and material and recycle themselves and removal and like they literally just do everything.
I heard OTK. Yes, you did. That tends to be my preferred strategy just because I don't prefer to go first. I like seeing what my opponent's obnoxious board can become and whether or not I can break it. I enjoy that aspect of the game, and that's hilariously enough what drew me back into it. If I were to play a deck that its sole purpose was to go turn 1, build an obnoxious board, and hope that that's what it was going to do, I probably wouldn't be playing even Master Duel at this point. I enjoy picking things apart. So that's what's drawing me back in. But as far as the wonkiness that Chaos has access to now, like, obviously Bestial definitely was something that popped up in my searches that was like, okay, this looks, number one, busted as shit, and number two, it's not only does it fit the core of what I'm trying to do with Chaos stuff, but like the hand trappy aspect of it to be able to manipulate on your opponent's turn at turn 0 is another thing that attracts me, because having a going first plan is fun. Having a going second plan that still allows you to play the game when your opponent's trying to go first, that's hilarious. Nice way of saying you enjoy troll nature. Yes. But Drew is worm. I actually hard for one of those.
He again, if your opponent has a monster, you can do it during your turn or their turn at instant speed, but banish a light or a dark, special summon it. But his unique one is if this card is sent from the field to the graveyard, you can target one special summon monster your opponent controls, and very importantly, send it to the graveyard.
It doesn't destroy, so it gets around
destroy. It does. Now, this card is called Brandon Beast. Is during your main phase, if you control a bestial monster, you contribute one dragon you control, then target one card your opponent controls and destroy it. So it's a 2-for-1. Brandon Beast is a continuous trap, so you can do this once per turn on both turns. So you sack Druid Worm to pop anything, then Druid Worm triggers and sends something else.
That's mean.
Yeah, and then because they're instant speed, it's another one where if someone's trying to OTK you can, during the battle phase, I'm wide open, they go to swing, and then you banish something, drop Druid Swarm, now they gotta think. Because they can plow through your Druid Swarm, but then you're gonna kill something of theirs in return.
And then chances are something else once it hits the grave.
Yep. Serenir is kind of the setup one. He doesn't really do anything for you on board, but when he dies, you get to send a bestial monster or branded spell and trap from your deck to the graveyard, so he's grave set up. Magnamut is the only card in the archetype that's limited because he's fucking busted as shit, because every time he's summoned during the end phase of that turn, he searches you any dragon. So when you combine it with Branded Regain, it says once per turn, anytime your opponent summons a monster, you can bring one of your bestials back. You can bring back Magnamut, so every turn you can just keep bringing back Magnamut, which then searches you another dragon.
That's gross.
And he can get like literally anything. It doesn't matter level. You just go get a dragon. So Magnamut is limited to 1, but the rest of it,
makes sense.
Lubellion is kind of your bridge. You pitch him, go search any bestial, and then you can sack any level 5 or higher dragon to bring him back. And while he's on the board once per turn, he can place, so it'll come in face up, a branded spell or trap.
Ew.
Right from your deck face up onto the field. So he facilitates getting those one-of spells and traps, whilst also searching your bestials.
Well, that's another thing that intrigues me. Inherently in the game of Yu-Gi-Oh! At this point, running traps is just, by definition, too slow to compete.
It is. Usually the traps that are seeing play are either so overly overpowered it's worth the wait to set them and also have multiple cards to search them, or they're cards that can either come into play already active or can activate in the hand.
Impermanence being the first one that comes to mind, or evenly
Impermanence
matched
obviously
during
being
the
the
battle.
most. Yeah. Evenly Match is an anti-meta call and is a decent card, and obviously Imperm is probably the most popular hand trap.
The trap that also exists in the hand and can come from the hand, yes. It cheats.
Because figure that out. Most of the cards we're referring to when we refer to hand traps aren't actually trap cards.
But they are definitely entrapment.
They are, and I hate them. Anyway.
But yeah, I'm definitely sold on bestials and their utility. Like it just makes too much sense not to.
Correct. And it's up to you how much of it you want to use, depending on what else you decide on.
What else is in the bestial kit?
So if we go... Let me just pull them all up again. The bestials are kind of... They're from Albaz's lore, so they do just naturally synergize with them, but they do not require them to exist. So if we bring up the whole core... Bestial Abelos doesn't really... He's not great. But the 4 dragons, you have Druisworm, you have Magnamut, you have Baldrake. Baldrake's funny because anytime your opponent summons from the extra deck, you can distribute another dragon to say no.
Is that while he's on the field?
Yeah. So if your opponent special summons a Ritual, Fusion, Synchro, Xyz, or Link monster, except during the damage step, you contribute one other light or dark monster, then target one of those special summon monsters and banish it.
That's gross.
Yeah. And that's just while he's sitting out there. Their Synchro doesn't really have an in-archetype way to get out, but God, he's fucking stupid. A lot of decks utilize this guy even if they're not using any of the other Bestials because he once per turn can just bring one of your light and dark monsters that's banished back. So again, fits the Chaos Dragon thing. But because he is a Bestial by name, even if your opponent outs this, if they summon anything, Brandon Regain can just summon it back. So
See.
I would definitely find a way to utilize him. Bestials do not have any in-archetype tuners, but that's fine.
So do you remember way back in the day? I mean, I know that you didn't spend a lot of time on it was Wygo Pro, but one of the core decks that was available to fight on that was a version of Chaos Dragons that was very influenced with Zombie Synchro. Because it ran, bejesus amounts of Plague Spreader Zombie, and its job was to go into all of the level 8 Synchros. I wonder, utilizing some of those individual tactics to be able to, do level 8 and level 10 stuff.
Do I still have that? Hang on a second. I have too much shit. I think I got rid of that.
Oh.
Yes. Got rid of that deck. Okay. What is that? Well, that's not the button I wanted to push. That's not the button I want to push either. I'm fired.
It's fine. It's fine.
Is it?
For now.
For now. Oh God, this deck holds a special place in my heart. But God, I can't even think of the name of that thing. There's a tuner that is really it's a level 1. I think it's level 1. It's a dragon tuner that he is a tuner and then he also creates a tuner token. Okay. And he facilitates multiple synchros and he is a graveyard trick. So light dragon tuner that does shit in the graveyard seems really good for Chaos Dragons.
Give me a minute and I'll find it.
I can literally see the card in my head. I just can't think of its fucking name.
Well, it's not Dragoonity.
No. He's kind of his own thing. Let me see if I can do Dragon.
It's not Rocket Synchron. All the Buster Whelps are here. Not Majestic. And it's not Rider of the Storm Winds.
He's not. Did I put a level? I didn't. He not light type? Thought he was. Maybe he's wind?
Because I'm looking at it's a dragon?
I thought it was.
Alright, I'll take off
I'm feeling
1
real stupid
tuner.
right now.
It happens to the best of us. How many cards are in this game at this point? 12,000? How are we supposed to be able to remember all this shit?
Because we got a we got a card to commemorate the 10,000th card.
It makes a token tuner?
Yeah. It's been so long since I've used this thing. If anyone in chat knows what I'm talking about, please help me, because I'm struggling. God, what the hell is that thing's name? Maybe it's not a dragon. Nah, it has to be a dragon. I literally used to run this thing. It's not banned, is it?
Wait a minute. Is it self level 1?
I don't remember.
Because are we talking about Parent Seahorse?
No. Oh my god. There, you. What are you? It is a dragon. It's a level 2. Ringo worm.
All right. Let me take a look at this thing so that way I can see it. What the? Ringo worm.
I wasn't kidding. That's his name.
All right, I'm looking. If a face-up effect monster is on the field, you can special summon this card from your hand. So a normal monster, got it. During your main phase, if you sync or summon using this card, you can banish this card from your graveyard. Special summon. This is. Where else have I seen apple tokens?
There's literally a trap card.
Golden apples?
It's literally the golden apple, and it makes an apple token.
Okay. Special summon 1 worm light level 2 attack defense. The player who summoned it can treat it as a tuner for a Synchro summon. So it's a tuner or it's a non-tuner. That's neat.
Yeah.
And if you run normal
So
monsters, you can just.
It itself is a tuner. Yep. It is a tuner, and if you use it to make synchros, he makes another token that you can either use for levels and or use as another tuner.
That's neat.
Yeah.
And it's a light monster.
Exactly. But see, that's the thing. So during your main phase, if you here's the follow me on this. See, now you got my brain going. If you have Bestial Lubellion out, right? You already used your Bestial. You sent it to bring back Lubellion. Lubellion got you a magic or trap card. Then you can summon Ringo Worm, make a 10. That makes the Bestial Synchro, which is a 10. Because you synchroed, you can banish Ringo Worm to make the token. And then because it's banished, you can use the Bestial Synchro to bring this back from banished.
Yep. And then
Go
not
from
only
there.
that, but if you're able to get anything else back to the field, that brings you that brings you back something that you could turn into a target for an inevitable Crimson Dragon summon.
Mm-hmm.
And then do the bullshit Crimson Dragon shenanigans.
I forget who brought that up. Maybe it was Maddie. I forget who brought that up last Friday when we were doing this. Someone was like, I don't understand why that card's allowed. I am an avid user of this card, and I don't understand why that card is allowed. Crimson Dragon he breaks so many rules. It's so cool that he exists as a real card, but god damn it, is this card stupid.
I wouldn't be surprised if it got an errata to say that it cannot bring back anything that requires you to synchro summon, or that requires you to have a certain amount of materials or whatnot. Because the fact that it can cheat out Cypher, the fact that it can cheat out Quasar, Cosmic Blazar, any of those that would normally, you're dedicating an entire turn to be able to bring this thing to a board, and you're dedicating a lot of your deck's resources to make it happen. Crimson Dragon just says,
That's why you're seeing decks, especially when Centurion, ironically, which the deck I have pulled up right now, because, God, this deck has blood on it. My Bestial Centurion deck, this is how I was climbing the ladder last year. I mean, this is over a year ago, so I know it's not super relevant, but God, the amount of people I have murdered with this thing. But when Bestials were quote unquote meta, you're seeing deck lists that are main decking 2 or 3 Blazars, which obviously you did back in the day, but that was a turn 1 combo deck. We're seeing decks that are doing that because why not? Because Crimson Dragon just says, sure, have another one.
It's obnoxious.
Mm-hmm.
But I like it so much.
Right? But I do understand, it kind of makes all the other decks that used to put all the time and effort into summoning those types of creatures kind of it's kind of a slap in the face to them.
That is truth.
Because
But
even
then again-
because Crimson Dragon is a 12 himself, but he's generic. It's literally one tuner plus one or more non. Like you can literally just any combination and just make this thing.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's
Now-
real funny, and this is a trick up. This is a kind of like a trick up from your sleeve. But when people nib you, it's one of my favorite things to do in Blue Eyes. When people nib me, I drop one of my 8 million level 1 tuners that Blue Eyes has and just synchro with the nib token to make this. You can do that, and it's fucking funny.
And then bring back something else obnoxious that was part of the ladder and say, I'm just going to turn it into something else really stupid.
You gave me a nib token. I'm going to turn it into double Blazar because fuck you.
This sounds like something ignorant that I would do.
Exactly.
Oh my god. I love this. So, Bestial by itself sounds fucking ridiculous as far as
It is.
a solid engine that I must acquire.
It is. You can literally run one or like the amount of Lubellions depends, but your engine can. If you're doing full chaos, like I feel like 3 is kind of mandatory, but I feel like you can get away with 2 or 3 Lubellion and one of each of them and then a few doubles and be bare minimum about it. You can also run 3 of all of them and also be completely fine.
Yeah. I'm thinking, just because of the options that I want to have, that it would probably be on the trimmer side. Especially considering how compact you're basically allowed to make this.
Mm-hmm. Well,
And
and like the other dude I brought up, and again, we love synergy. But back when we were talking about this dude, you can use him to just go get Lubellion and then pitch it to go get a Bestial.
which is obnoxious.
So just your access to just go get what you want when you want it allows you to trim down.
Yes. Well, not only that, but you can use this, get Lubellion, pitch Lubellion. Once Saphir actually gets utilized, you can banish Saphir, put Lubellion back in your hand, you can get it ready to use next turn.
Yep.
Bestials
Even
have
self-contained.
options I like.
They do. They're Chaos Dragons that do all the things. So instead of having to run Chaos Dragons and other cards, they just kind of are all within themselves.
Well, damn, I thought I pulled a Bestial Lubellion. Maybe I did and mulched it for something else. Either way, I will acquire more Lubellion. Either way, I think...
Obviously, Lubellion is an Ultra.
Yes, it
Magnemite
is.
is an Ultra, but you only need 1, and all the rest of it is super rare or lower.
Yeah. Well, I think
So
this
it's not-
Vader
it's
is
not super-
Ultra as well. Shit.
Oh yeah, the Synchro. Yeah, you're right.
But you only really need 1 of him.
Correct.
So, I know you have Tachyon shenanigans that you would like to utilize the Chaos stuff for. So walk me through this.
So the Chaos stuff, it's kind of doing what we were just talking about, but specifically targeting. So like, what it makes it back, because you said even back when you first met me, I was doing Galaxy
Yes.
stuff. One of the cards that I'm talking like way back in the beginning of Galaxy was this little guy. It was Galaxy Eyes Cloud Dragon, which
I
is a
remember him.
little tiny adorable version of Galaxy Eyes that just let you sack him to go get Galaxy Eyes, and then you could also attach him to your Exceeds from the graveyard.
Yes.
So he was a neat little utility trick. What made me just I literally had like a little schoolboy squee when I saw this. It was recent, like within the past year or two, they made a Tachyon one.
Oh my god.
There's a little baby Tachyon.
That is outstanding.
He's adorable. So little baby Tachyon does the same thing, but obviously Galaxy Eyes was a monster in your deck, so Cloud Dragon could just go get him.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas Tachyon is an Exceed monster. He is not as busted that he just lets you summon Tachyon out of your extra deck for free.
That would be dumb.
But he does let you go get a Tachyon monster out of your deck, and that's where this guy came into existence.
Oh,
where-
Primal.
We got a main deck version of Tachyon. So we also had A lot of retrains, is to be fair. Trying to think, where is... Also, chat, I apologize. I ramble and I can't help myself. We had this guy from back in the day, which was an anime card. This was the guy the Tachyon dude in the anime used. This card is not very good.
It is not.
It is not.
It's neat.
However, he got a retrain. And his retrain is a mandatory 3.
Oh.
And that is this thing.
I see that thing. Good Christ.
This thing literally, if it's your turn 1, like if you have no monsters or if your opponent has something big, so going first or second, he just summons himself and any level 8 light or dark dragon from your deck. He just goes and gets it. It is absurd. And that's all he does, but what that enables is just dumb.
Oh god. Luna, holy shit, 17 fucking months.
God!
That is incredible. We
and
appreciate
a full care package as well. Thank
I see
you.
that. Let me take my sippies. Unfortunately, my snacks today are cough drops because I am still suffering from ookness.
I have something I can like munch on quick. I am still very fat from dinner. I have to. I mean, it's me. I have to have something lying around here. Hang on.
Of course. Luna, thank you very much for the care package. Thank you very much for the freaking sub. And thank you for sticking with us for so long. We appreciate you so much.
Very long. It surely warms our hearts.
Oh god.
How did this happen? Hang on a second.
Are you good?
There we go. It's okay. My, Wave XLR wasn't dangling like from a fish hook. It's fine.
Seems bad.
It's real bad, but we fixed it. We're fine. I have found some of those leftover rice cakes from last stream. I'm gonna munch on one of those.
Oh, that sounds delicious.
I'm sorry for the crinkle.
Oh my god. No, that's fine. I will endure.
So anyway, where I was rambling on about. So basically, where we were talking about bestial things, this is kind of a similar engine to get to that because this guy is like my preferred. Let me start playing the game now. But Cloud Dragon can also kind of do it. And there's some synergy there. So what's funny is Seyfried, it's send any number. He can count for himself.
Yeah.
So I can literally send Seyfried by like normal subjective and send just him to search Cloud Dragon. And Cloud Dragon says if he's added to your hand except by drawing it, you can special summon it.
Yeah.
So Seyfried goes and gets him, triggers him, he poops out Baby Tachyon, and Baby Tachyon goes and gets Primal, and off to the races we go. But because of all this just go grab a level 8 for no goddamn reason shit that's in the deck, having a 1 of Lubellion to then have a very, and I mean very, baby bestial engine is just very viable, because then I can go grab Magnamut, use Magnamut to search things, bring back Lubellion. Lubellion brings out the spell, and then like I said, the spell just says, hey, free Magnamut every turn, which lets me search dragons, which is 90% of this deck.
Yes.
So I can search another Infinity Dragon for the follow-up. I can search another Primal because I can summon Primal during either turn, which just searches me this obnoxious...
I know your sexual attraction to this card.
You don't understand. This isn't even just me anymore. Like, I'm talking to other people who actually play this game at a much higher level than I do, have looked at this card and said, yes, it is very specific to this deck, but this is probably one of the most powerful counter traps ever printed. It doesn't negate. It is a counter trap, so it is spell speed 3. I really cannot talk. Spell speed 3, which means it is very difficult to interact with, and it does not negate the card that it targets. It negates the chain. Every card in a chain that is not yours just goes off.
Good night, Mateus. Appreciate you dropping by, dude.
Good night, Mateus. We will enjoy our night. Get some rest.
Yeah, when this thing was first printed, I think it came as a common or something in I think Primal Origin.
Yeah, it wasn't hard to get, and me and a friend of ours who were playing a lot of Galaxy at the time were kind of upset because it kind of came too late. Galaxy was kind of past its prime and had kind of already been power crept out of the game, and then we got this and we were like, where was this 6 months ago? But now that Tachyon has a specific archetype dedicated to it, it's the fact of if you specifically controlled Galaxy Eyes Tachyon Dragon, you can use this card from your hand.
Which, as we know, with things like Infinite Impermanence, being able to play trap cards without having to set them for a turn is fucking busted.
So being able to search a Tachyon Primal off of Magnuma and summon it on my opponent's turn to then search another Tachyon Transmigration is just stupid.
Yes.
So that is why I have a mini Chaos/Bestial engine in the deck, because it just utilizes more ways for me to get to my baby Tachyon and my Infinity Dragon.
Yeah. So
to just do the loop.
So I briefly read Primal, but it's got some weird shit going on.
So Primal enables what we are referring to as the Tachyon OTK. So Galaxy as an archetype as a whole has always been hilarious for its anime ability to just out of nowhere drop a "you're dead now." It is like, I don't know of any other archetype, and not by strategy, like by raw power. Like, I have never seen an archetype that has so many things that just go, I'm 12,000 because science, and then hit you like really fucking hard. But it was all like, if you watch the show, you know that the two characters, you had the Galaxy guy and you had the Tachyon guy, were always warring with each other, and most of that shit was in the Galaxy side. Tachyon can kind of do it on its own now, which is funny. This monstrosity, which is my favorite thing from the Galaxy side, I still utilize this because it's another, by the way, I'm bigger than I ever should be allowed to be, and I'm going to punch you in the face now. And then because most things now, especially with K9 and Vanquishal running around, is monster based, his ability that if you have regular Prime underneath of him, he's unaffected by opponent's monster effects, makes him really hard to deal with while he's big as Jesus and swinging at your face.
And he also gains attack equal to every freaking rank bullshit sitting underneath him.
Correct. That is why the only cards from the OG Galaxy stuff I am still using is one Galaxy Eyes Photon Dragon and one Afterglow, because it facilitates, and again, Infinity makes this just happen, but he facilitates the combo that goes into this thing, makes it about 12 to 14k, and just says, hi. If you have something in attack mode, you probably lose. But what, again, so it's in there, it's kind of a, just again a Hail Mary of just haha, but like, and I do really like him. But Tachyon can do it on its own now, and how this is work is, Galaxy has a Link monster that is very oddly specific.
The fuck?
Galaxy Satellite Dragon is a 2k Link. He is a Link 2, requires 2 dragon monsters. I'm going to stop everyone from reading right now. I never summon this. I will never summon this. It is its battle phase trigger. During the battle phase quick effect, you can banish this card from your field or graveyard to target one number exceed monster you control whose original attribute and type are light dragon, and until the end of the battle phase, its attack becomes equal to the value of the number in its name times 100. All right, it's oddly specific. Also, any battle damage your opponent takes is halved, which is just fair. So we were talking about this guy, and again, I'm sorry, I'm rambling, but we were talking about this guy before. He can detach 2 materials to poop out a level 8 Dragon Xyz monster with specific stats, and then you use the materials on top of it. It treats as an Xyz summon, and then you can attach 1 Galaxy monster from your extra deck to it.
Oh god.
So
I was
you
watching you
attach
do
this
replays before we went live, and I seen that thing was duct taped underneath it. I'm like, how in the fuck?
That's how you get this thing underneath of it. And then when the battle phase starts, you know better than anyone, but for the rest of us, Galaxy Eyes Tachyon, at the beginning of the battle phase, you remove one of his materials to turn the board off, and then if your opponent activates any monster effects, it triggers his effect, which gives him 1,000 attack and an additional attack. So how this works is you drop, if you're going second, you drop Infinity. Infinity poops out a level 8. I usually use Spiral, but you poop out a level 8. You go into Shadow Dragon. Shadow Dragon searches you Primal. You use Shadow Dragon to go into Tachyon and attach the link to it. You special Primal to your opponent's side of the field. If a Dragon Xyz monster declares an attack, attach this card on the field to it. You can only use each effect once per turn. If a Dragon Xyz monster is on the field, quick effect, you can special summon this card from your hand to either field. If it is summoned in any way, the owner of the card gets to search a Tachyon spell or trap. So you then shit this onto your opponent's side of the field. He triggers a search. You get to search one of your transmigrations, giving you some free safety because Tachyon is now on the board. You go into the battle phase. If they have any monster out, you have now given them this. You go into battle phase, you detach the link to trigger Tachyon. The board is now negated. And then you trigger this thing because it's in the graveyard to make Tachyon big as shit. And then you swing at the Primal that you gave them. It's going to attempt to activate because you're swinging with a Dragon Xyz, but it's negated because of Tachyon. But it doesn't matter. It still tried to activate, therefore triggering Tachyon, giving him even more attack points and letting him swing again.
That's fucking stupid.
So the idea of Primal is to either, if you're going first, is to use it as a level 8 to make rank 8 shit on your turn. If you're going second, your idea is to give it to your opponent so you can bulldoze over it.
That's so obnoxious.
So we have two versions of Tachyon. We have Batman Dragon because, come on, look at him. We have Batman Dragon and we have Secret Agent Tachyon. That is what we... and.
That's so obnoxious.
So I know that's a lot of gibberish and me just rambling for like 10 minutes, but that is the basic idea. Is it is a control deck going first and it is an OTK deck going second.
This pleases me. Number one, I'm glad to see that you're able to do modern Galaxy Eyes things to start. But the fact that, number one, Tachyon got some support. Number two, that this has become yet another one of your ace monsters.
Well, and I had kind of a nice hybrid going, but for this, I have literally removed pretty much everything Galaxy out of it, except for the one-ofs that I showed you. And this is pretty much all Tachyon shit. All the other Galaxy stuff, I like it. It's so many steps that I don't know. It takes like 20 minutes to set up. It's like, oh man, now that I've solitaired for 20 minutes and touched half my deck, I have 2 monsters. I get annoyed with it. And where time is such a factor in Master Duel, I was getting annoyed at running out of time just to go through this one basic combo because you have to do so many steps in Galaxy where Tachyon just kind of does the thing.
Yeah.
Also, I like being able to utilize the Yugi draw mechanic of the 7th one more appropriately now. Because we have 2 new cards. We have 7th Tachyon and we have 7th Ascension. 7th Ascension lets you grab specific cards, namely a Tachyon, a rank up, or a Baryon card, and either do one of 2 things. You can either add it to your hand or put it on top of your deck. So you can literally just put the 7th one right on top of your deck where it needs to be, which is real fucking funny. Exactly. Or you can search 7th Tachyon, which actually saw a lot of meta play for Tachyon, not in the slightest, but because Ryziel was utilizing this, because it is a generic search card for Xyz. You reveal one of the Xyz from your extra deck that's a number 101 through 107, you pick, and then you search your deck for a monster with the level equal to that monster's rank. So they were basically using Star Seraph to search all their level 4 Ryziel shit. We were using it to actually get level 8 stuff and do Tachyon things. So this is another starter for us because it searches us Infinity.
This is
what's also funny is if you end up with 7th one in your hand at the wrong time, which was always the problem back in the day. 7th Ascension says you can banish this card from your graveyard to pitch a rank up spell from your hand and make its effect that. So you can literally just pitch the 7th one from your hand and do it anyway.
Luna, we are doing fantastic for this wonderful Friday. How are you? And Jeannie, thank you for the 5-stream streak. We appreciate you dropping by, dude. How you been?
I'm done word vomiting now.
Are you though?
Yeah. I've hogged the spotlight for too long.
Nah, nonsense. You were...
I gotta
You're the
I
resource.
get excited about cardboard.
It's fine. You have throughout the entirety since I've quit playing to the time that I have picked this shit back up, you have been the resource that has been collecting all of this knowledge continuously. So I don't have anywhere near the amount of knowledge I used to. I just know that there were things that existed that now have new things to make me do new dumb shit. And
Yay!
and that is where my interest lies. So I know we spoke about the light end and dark end retrains, light and darkness, Dragon Lord, how much I want to actually do some real dumb shit with that. But
100%.
the other chaos things, like directly chaos related, I know that they got some spell cards. They've got we get a bunch of new main deck monsters. Now they've got a bunch of synchros too.
God, is that card? Problem with playing both IRL and on Master Duel, is this card allowed? If so, how many? Because, oh God, when this card came out, I threw 3 of them in blue eyes so fucking fast. I was ranting about it to everybody. This card is awesome.
And it's at 3?
It's a 3 on here. It is definitely limited and or banned in real life, by the way.
Probably for good reason.
It's so good.
Send one light or dark from the hand to the graveyard. Add a light or dark that can't be normal summoned or set with a level from 48. So it's a minus to search, but you can banish and target one of your banished light or dark monsters. Can't be normal summoned or set. Place it on the deck and then draw. So it recurs later on, which with Chaos really doesn't take that long to be able to set up that recursion.
No.
That's funny.
What are the we were just talking about what are the level 4 generic Chaos Dragons?
Wyvern Burster and Collapse Serpent,
Yeah.
who are currently in Master Duel at 3.
So like this is what they're dumb for. You can pitch one of them to get the other. With this, you can banish it to summon one, and then you can put the one back on the bottom to draw a card so that it's in the deck to search when the next one goes.
It's fucking wild.
Wyvern Buster and Collapse Servant with this card, it never stops. You're searching them to put them back to search them. Like it's this endless loop of these little level 4 dragons that just won't fucking die.
Navram on the YouTube side. I don't know why it's not popping through that you're saying hello, but hi, welcome in.
Hello. Good evening and happy Friday.
Seems like all of our interfaces are busted. I'm just surprised that the alerts are working. I will eventually get a multi-chat system.
One step at a time.
Yes. Everything is breaking in real time. It's fine.
So, god damn it, this card and the little level 4s are all at 3. So these, and even if you're not, just this. Yeah. This can get you your Levianeer. This can get you Ritual Dragons if you go that route. This thing is stupid.
Yes.
As far as other generic Chaos things, I'm trying to think. Like right offhand, I'm kind of drawing a blank, but you'd be like, oh, this card. I'm like, oh, I know what you're talking about. This is just going to be stuff by name. It's not really going to help. I'd have to take a peek at some things. Black Luster stuff is kind of chaosy.
Yeah.
Like the not the actual like the Black Luster soldiers, of course, but all the little baby Black Luster, like because Black Luster soldier has its own archetype, and all those little dudes do stuff in the graveyard.
That it does.
But that was kind of like you're more focused. Oh my god, I have to show you. I was ranting about. I have to show you.
I'm listening.
That should be enough to find him. This.
I remember seeing that thing. I remember printing copies of it because I didn't know what I was gonna do with it, but it was Chaos Emperor Dragon. We all know how busted it was when it was actually legal to play back in God fucking like before the year 2000.
My favorite thing in the world to do this was to pay 1,000 life points to target one of my banished dragons, being any of the things that I needed, to pop this card, and if I do, add it back to my hand, and because a card got destroyed, I could special summon Blue Eyes Jet off of it.
My thought process at seeing it at first was that I was gonna use it to pay 1,000, get a banish thing, and then it's in the extra deck. I can use it to banish itself to be able to summon either light end or dark end off of it.
You can, and also while it's face up in the extra deck, you can just summon him with Chaos Effect by banishing a light and a dark.
You certainly can.
And then he has basically what we all know and love him for: pay half your life points and
Alakablam.
Alakablam. Why they made him a quote-unquote a little bit more fair than the old one is it's you're only the cards that your opponent sent.
Yes.
But he still Alakablams everything.
Which still makes me laugh.
Yes, because once again, this is another instance of he sends. So he does not target and he sends. So there's a lot of boards that can't be broken that this guy says it's just gone because I said so.
Yes, because loopholes, like a lot of the effects in Yu-Gi-Oh are lawyer speak. And it's like, but you're destroying it. No, not technically.
And then if he dies, he goes back to your deck.
Yes.
And you can just Chaos Space him back again.
Yup.
Or Cypher can search him. Egads.
The options.
The options.
Yeah, he's definitely amusing. I also hard pulled one in the process of getting a hold of all sorts of things. All right, where can I find the Light and Darkness Dragon? Oh, he's in Dragon Luster. I could just dump money into that pack. Yes, I can.
Yeah. Something else that, God, this is why you told me this idea of yours like a week ago in my brain. But like, and something else you can do, and this does kind of pick at some of your old knowledge. Something else that works really good with Chaos things is the Thunder Dragons.
That was the first one that popped up because I remember. You remember when I built the Thunder Dragon Chaos thing for Trinity back in the day.
Yes. And unlike IRL, let me just double check before I tell you the wrong thing.
Big booty fusion Thunder Dragon is in fact at 3.
But is the little one? I can't spell.
The main fusion is unrestricted in the game. I can't remember what his name is, but I know that I searched that because I can
Colossus is the one I'm looking for.
Yep, that one. Yeah, he's
Colossus,
at 3.
Colossus and Titan are both at 3. And there is a really silly card that exists that lets you cheat these things out. But
I like cheating.
That's another thing. Cause this one? Thunder Dragon Dark is literally just built to do chaos things. Which
yes,
you were using in your old one.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I was doing all sorts of dumb shit with that deck. Because Trinity, you're hard limited to 3 summons in the span of a turn. And if you're playing Thunder Dragons, you just, I don't care about summoning. I'm just going to discard half my hand, fill it back up, and then I'll actually summon one big thing and punch you in the nads.
Correct. Where is it?
What are you hunting for?
Is it not a super? No, I have it.
We get a hydrate and stretch again.
Thank you, Luna.
I am snap, crackling, and or popping.
I'm being a stupid child in the candy store. Give me a second.
This is what we expect.
I'm sorry.
Don't apologize. You're brewing.
God damn. You know what? Hang on. I have a physical copy of it sitting on my desk over here.
Oh boy. Holding. I have also sipped. Gesundheit. Gesundheit. Well, while he is searching for the card, what I am going to do is I'm going to pop over here and rip open some packs. And all the mints are going to fire off again. I really just wish I knew what did that. Whoop. Alright. So, the Starry Night pack here is apparently what gives me all the wonky things that I'm hunting for. I need the snap crackle. Oh, fantastic. My spine. Yes. So we're going to rip a bunch of these and see what we get. While Saba is currently searching for shenanigans. Ooh, we got to step up. That's an odd one. Oh, I remember Arc Brave Dragon. That was the one that came in the Felgrand deck. This card is special summon. You can banish as many face-up show trap cards as your opponent controls, and if you do, this card gains 200 attack for each one banished. Only face-up. Okay. And then, yeah, I remember Saba doing some pretty weird shenanigans with that card. Because when that deck came out, he was going nuts about it, and he built all sorts of different variants that were manipulating Felgrand and Blue Eyes and all sorts of shenanigans. It was awesome. I want to like this thing based on its coloring, but its actual fucking effect is utter dog shit. What is Mana Dragon Thernatron? Oh. That is very weird of an effect. Ooh. Oh, I got a light pulsar. And a shiny one at that. That makes me happy. What does this thing do? Normal spell, target one dark monster you control, special summon one light monster from your deck or extra deck with the same original type and level. What? You can banish this card from your graveyard during your main phase's turn. You can normal summon one lighter monster, lighter dark, in addition to your normal summoner set. Ooh. That sounds like recursion and grind potential. I like that. Not only that, but special summon one light monster from your deck or extra deck with the same original type and level. That is interesting. Welcome back.
Ha!
I'm ripping packs.
Excellent. What pack you going into?
The Starry Dragon one. Because apparently Dragon Lord is in that, and I already found a spell card. It was like, oh my god, I need this. Because you know I like to do manipulation bullshit.
Yeah.
Oh, I pulled a Legionnaire. Neat. Hard pulling Legionnaire is a sign. Oh, upscale. Oh, that's cool. And I'm getting Valence shit. Neat. And I'm also looking for like the starry stuff for the sake of just having it because it looks cool.
Very good.
I don't even know what that deck does, but other than just, you know, summon Starry Dragon thing.
I was gonna say, I have seen very few decks, like all decks usually have something referred to as like their boss monster. I have never quite seen a deck quite so dedicated as that one. That is every card in that deck. Like we always make the joke about my stuff of like, do this, and summon a Blue Eyes. That deck literally reads that. Every card of that deck is do this, and this. By the way, summon Starry Dragon.
So I hard pulled a Dark End, and it's a shining one.
You got a pretty one. It's all glossy.
Yes. Come on, give me more cool scale ups. They're cool.
All right.
There's Felgrand. I just talking about him. And the Starry Night. Hey!
I love Felgrand.
While you were over there digging, I was literally saying, oh, I remember when the Felgrand deck came out, and you were doing all sorts of bullshit with it. That thing looks cool. What's that? Detach a material, special summon a light monster. If this card is in your graveyard, set the term center. You target one level 4 light fairy monster you control. Special summon this card, and if you do attach that monster to it as material. That's neat.
Right?
Elder Entity Ntis. Is that a
Don't do
level
it.
4 fairy?
Is
What
he
is-
a fairy?
I don't know. I can't remember.
I don't hear.
Vagnala, the moon-eating dragon. That thing looks fucking cool. If anybody plays Final Fantasy, this reminds me a whole lot of Leviathan. If this card is sync or summon, you can activate this effect. Yes, of course. This card gains 300 attack for each level that the non-tuners used had, then inflict 300 damage to your opponent for each level that the tuner used had. The attack increase lasts until the end of the turn. You can only use this effect of Vagnala, the moon-eating dragon, once per turn. This screams I need to summon this with Parent Seahorse, so that way I can burn them alive. Oh darn, it's not original level, so you can't maximize. But that'd be 1,800 damage just for summoning that thing. What else do we got? Last pack. Fingers crossed. Late pack opening indeed. Dar, you get welcome in. Big money, no whammies. Ha! I got another Legionnaire. Ha! This pleases me. I still have triplicate of this card on paper. It just makes me happy that I see it. But unfortunately, there's no real reason or rhyme to run 3 of them nowadays.
Badly.
So chances are the others are going to get mulch. But this thing, Shadow's Light. The fact that it can summon a light monster from your deck or your extra deck, and it doesn't matter if it gets thrown in the graveyard. If it gets thrown in the graveyard, you have grind potential with it. That has me immediately attached to this thing. And you can't conduct your battle phase the turn you activate either of this card's effects, so that would definitely be one of those ones where you're plowing through an opponent's board and they were able to stop everything you're doing, but you want to be able to break their board down to nothing. This screams grind, and even the penalty that you would pay, even on turn 1, like turn 1 you don't care, but even the penalty of losing your battle phase, if it means that you're able to grind through your opponent's bullshit, is nice. You good?
Oh, okay. Elder Entity is a fairy, by the way.
And it's level 4, and that's what I was curious about, because then that tells me that you can use that Xyz as a recursion engine to be able to get more stuff. I got enough for 2 more packs. We'll rip these here real quick. Ooh.
Yay!
It's gonna be something decent. 2 something decent. That's not decent. That is, though. I'm actually looking for that. Found Starry Night Balefire.
Ah!
And then last one of those. Oh! Please. Please, big money, no whammies. I got the Starry Dragon.
Yay!
That's cool. Well, I guess I'm gonna have to attempt to assemble that stuff and build it, because that deck just looks like it would be interesting.
So, anytime he's summoned in any way, shape, or form, he just kills something.
Targetable kill, or just it dies?
you can target one card on the field and destroy it. Anytime he is normal or special summoned.
That's funny, considering Defector's not a hard OPT on that.
No, exactly. Once per turn at the start of the damage step, if this card attacks an opponent's monster, you can banish that opponent's monster until the end phase. Also, this card can make a second attack. So he's also a problem solver.
That's interesting.
It is, and his entire archetype is how many times can I blink this thing in a turn? It's real funny.
I see Alistair has found his way in here.
Yeah, yep.
I know what my vote's for. What's up, buddy?
You know what? I'm gonna, you know what? Whatever. Slay myself. Kill me. Kill me.
Oh,
How's it going, Alistair?
Oh, it's the loner deck. Do you get the loner deck? Like, did they give it to you?
No.
Oh.
But there is a gate. It basically will teach you how to play the deck.
Okay. Yeah, I went through that, and I didn't even bother picking up the deck. I picked the Dark Magician thing, and then just chat on it, and then moved on. Which I felt mildly bad about. And then they gave me gems, and I was like, well, never mind. But yeah, I seen that pretty much Thunder Dragons are completely unhindered in Master Duel, and God, that one card, I've already lost its name. God damn it! But it's an Ultra, and I own it now. Shadow's Light. A little upsetty. It's Slay the Spire 2 new Doormaker cocking me. You'll be fine, I promise.
I'm so sorry.
I don't. You poor guy.
We're doing okay.
Oh my, poor soul.
Now, randomly, before we get too far away from it.
Yes.
This thing.
Ah.
So, the big Thunder Dragon fusions require, like, Colossus is if a Thunder Dragon has activated in your hand, you can use one of those dudes and just make him.
Yes.
So what's cool about this guy, and especially for talking about what we were just talking about, doing Chaosy Thunder Dragon things, you can target one of your banished monsters, because Chaos likes to banish its monsters. Special summon this card from your hand, and if you do, shuffle that target back into the deck. So recycles your banished Chaos shit.
Cheating.
This is a Thunder monster, and it just activated in your hand.
So it procs the effect of Colossus.
You can just go into Colossus off of this.
That's dumb.
So you wouldn't even need to run Thunder Dragon things. You could literally use this to recycle your Chaos shit and then just go into Colossus.
That's really funny.
Yeah.
Let me look at this thing. Yeah, it's just Thunder Dragon and a Thunder monster. There's going to be a bunch of different variants of fucking Chaos that I'm going to wind up building. And
yeah, there it is. Must either be fusion summoned or special summoned during the turn a Thunder monster's effect was activated in the hand by triggering one Thunder effect non-fusion monster. So
oh my god,
Nemesis.
Call may be monitored for quality
What?
assurance.
Alistair got it.
He
Thanks for
did!
calling Prison Realm Live. We can't get to the phone right now, so instead go fuck yourself.
Should have some sort of celebration, Alistair. I'm so happy for you. You've only been trying for like... Yep. Yeah. Ah, so deserved.
Proud of you.
I am so happy for you. You've only been at it for like 2 months.
You poor soul. Between him just not getting it and us having our shit break all the fucking time, I'm so happy for you. Oh, that's dumb. And then yeah, you summon it, its effect is activated, and then you just immediately tribute it and it becomes a Colossus.
Yep.
That's so fucking stupid.
And then it's a permanent droll.
Yeah, it screams turn one play, and it's a one-sided droll.
Yep. And because the Nemesis is a Thunder, it does at least give you one Thunder in the graveyard to keep him alive.
Yes, it does. That is obnoxious.
Yeah.
Well, I definitely want to throw Thunder Dragons back together again because I did enjoy that deck. I'm going to be building just 14 different versions of Chaos. This is what this is going to wind up turning into.
Dude, this was a while ago. This was a couple months ago. I was in one of the special events. I wish I could remember which one. And I was getting my shit pushed by Thunder Dragons, and I was having the time of my life. Because I'm like, fucking, in IRL, Titan has been banned for so long. And this dude was going into Titan and just doing Titan things, and I'm over here just watching my shit blow up, and I'm like, this is so awesome! Because it had been so long, because I was not used to like playing against Titan.
Yeah.
So yeah, I am all for you doing either A, Thunder Dragons, or B, using Thunder Dragon shit in your Chaos deck.
I'm definitely thinking I would be going for some sort of Chaos variant, because I think turn 1, dropping Thunder Dragon Colossus, along with some other derp-ass monster, plus ending on a Light and Darkness Dragon Lord would be kind of dumb.
That's fair.
And my question is going to be is if I can do that same shenanigans and not restrict myself with some of those effects. Because I know that there are some of those that lock you into you're only going to summon dragons for the turn.
Yeah.
And then the question would be is that from this point forward, or if you have ever summoned dragons ever for the span of this turn, you're not allowed to do anything non-dragon.
A lot of them, it's from this point forward. So it's try to get as much of your shenanigans done before going to those particular cards. That way, then it's like, okay, I did all my other shit, and now I'm locked.
Yeah.
But Chaos is such a vague, wide open strategy that you can also just get away with not using those types of cards as well.
It really is. So another thing that popped up in my mind looking through all this stuff was when I pulled Shadow's Light, there was something else that we came across last week when we were searching through things that is going to be really fucking stupid come next week.
Okay.
Metamorphosis at 3.
I don't think even you being like coming back to the game, I don't think there is a duelist on this earth who is as excited about Metamorphosis that is as excited about Metamorphosis as you are. I swear to God.
Well, my entire MO of building weird decks ever since I've come back to this game has always been like, how can I pick the most convoluted way to do the most obnoxious thing possible? That was what winded up birthing Tuningware Turbo. That was what winded up birthing what eventually became the Junk Synchron performance of a fucking lifetime, which the end board with that was summoning triplicate of Cosmic Blazar Dragon, setting a Mask of Restrict because I knew what would happen if I let my opponent tribute my shit, and then telling my opponent to even attempt to play the game. That's what birthed Mecha Phantom Speedroids, which, you know, not particularly super powerful as a deck itself, but still one of my favorite things I've ever constructed because I loved that fucking deck. And I think I could probably put it together again. I just don't know what from Mecha Phantom Beast is banned at this point, or if they got any new support for that matter. But like building weird shit has always been something that gets my attention almost instantly. When I first started playing the game, Metamorphosis had already been hit. Because, in truth, Metamorphosis is a truly fucking busted ass card.
Card is wrong. Card is wrong. I don't know. I think I had a stroke at some point during the stream. Thank you all for staying tuned in and checking on me.
But like, Metamorphosis has been gone from the game for decades at this point. But its effect is that you tribute a thing and you summon a fusion that same level as that thing. That's barely any restriction. I've built decks based on cards like Transmodify, where I built Tethys Turbo, and my objective was I was going to turn a level 4 fairy into Tethys, draw my entire deck, summon a Slifer, and punch you in the dick for 28,000 or something, whatever I could fill my hand with. But those kinds of decks are just awesome to me, and Metamorphosis is like the most unrestricted version of that stupidity that I could possibly be bestowed. So, like, the first thing that I think of off the top of my head is like, all right, what things in the fusion the fusion library do we have access to that you could just summon a thing, use Metamorphosis, and dump it on the board, and it shouldn't belong there because it's fucking stupid. The first thing that I thought of right off the bat was Thousand Eyes.
This call may be
God damn it.
for quality assurance.
Alistair, you're getting a double.
Thanks for calling Prison Realm Live. We can't
Off
get
to
the
bed
phone
now.
right now, so instead go fuck yourself. Goodbye.
The first thing I thought of was, number one, Skull Servants, and Thousand Eyes Restrict and Millennium Eyes Restrict. That don't stipulate that you have to fusion summon them or that you have to do it with their required materials. So
No, that's why they were very frequent instant fusion targets.
Yes, but the ability for me to be able to take and summon something stupid that's likely dead in my hand, like White Baking or White Prince, and then turn it into a Millennium Eyes on turn 2 to just eat monsters is really stupid. The other thing I was thinking about was that now that, you know, the Kashtira is hit as an archetype, it as an engine is an interesting thing to think about. I know. But the objective would be, for what I was trying to do with it, was summon a level 5, go into the level 5 Kashtira, and then vomit my entire deck in there, so that way I could summon a big pissed off King of the Skull Servants and punch somebody in the nats for
You know what?
5 digits.
You can go into level 5 Kashtira all day, every day. I don't care. You drop one of the 7s, I might have a visceral reaction. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I wouldn't be using any of the other fusions because I wouldn't be running enough of the deck to be able to make that work. It would simply be just, I need all of my deck in all of my grave immediately, so that way I can put all of my King of the Skull Servants on the board and punch you in every nad you have.
Can I actually, real fun, little side quest, ladies and gentlemen? I want to talk about cards like that real quick, just real quick.
You have the floor.
I don't mind cards. It's not even the effects. This is me just, I am nitpicking. What are we gonna call? I'm gonna call this nitpicking bitching.
Fire off.
All right. This is the one you're referring to because it mills.
Yes.
Hands fine, absolutely fine. Okay. Its name, Tearlaman's Kashtira. It is literally Archetype A, Archetype B. Now Kith. Okay, all of the Tearlamans and Kashtira cards have all this lore and backstory and card design. And then you have this thing. It is literally just Tearlaman's Kashtira. Why? So it is literally searchable by everything. Okay? Now, I understand we're in that age of Yu-Gi-Oh! Okay? But sometimes what they do offends me because it's the, you're not even fucking trying. Performapal Odd Eye Synchron. Now, I want you to really look at this thing. Look at that. Just look at him. He doesn't even know what he is.
Absolutely not. He looks like he crawled out from underneath Sid from Toy Story's bed.
Exactly. This is, you know, that's his new name. His name is now Sid. Because this is not a name. They literally just took 3 archetypes and put their names in and made it his name so that all of their cards can search this card forever.
I mean, that being said, it is really funny to play tuning and just get that thing.
It's so stupid because really, it's not. They could have called this Performapal Steve, and I would have liked it better than Performapal Odd Eye Synchron. You literally just took 3 searchable names and slapped it on the title and said, "Yeah, it's its name." No, it's not. This thing is a search whore.
But I mean, it looks like a Performapal magician. It does in fact have odd eyes, and it is a mechanical little duder that
It's a
looks like
tiny
one of the
thing that looks
Synchrons.
like it was a normal creature that got stepped on, therefore it's a synchron. Yes, I understand. fucking try. Okay? Don't just start adding hotkey. Like this is clickbait the card. Like you are literally just throwing hot. I can't talk. I don't know. I seriously think I had a stroke. Yu-Gi-Oh's giving me a stroke. Why are we putting clickbait names? This has no title, no identity of its own. This is just search me. All right, I'm done. That was it.
Are you sure?
Yes.
So we just got dropped into ads. That is just fine. But it's I'm with you. I understand. I think that it is also lazy. I think that mishmashing archetypes like that, like Performapal Odd Eyes thing, sure. Performapal Odd Eyes Synchron? Why? Specifically
like,
so that way you can play 3 copies of tuning and get this thing.
Right. And it's like this, like the Odd Eyes and the Performapals make sense because even like if you're going anime, that was what he did. He was the Performapal duelist, and he was in the dimension of, because it was the 4 dimensions, and he was in the pendulum dimension, so he had Odd Eyes Pendulum Dragon as his dragon. So the Odd Eye stuff and the Performapal stuff was his deck. So him having a card that utilizes both archetypes makes sense. Where the fuck did Synchron come from? What sort of dimensional bullshit hole did you reach into to pull Yusei? I'd be like, I want to buy your archetype, but not your archetype, just your name. So that my Performapal Odd Eyes deck can run tuning that has no target or anything to do with Synchrons, but to search this fucked up little negret, and I just, Are
you gonna be okay?
No!
All right. Digging back into the metamorphosis shenanigans. Like there's going to be so many different weird things that people are just going to go into something really stupid or really ineffective specifically just to play metamorphosis on it, to go into something really fucking dumb. So let's see here. Right off of the bat, if we look at something that is in fact level 10, how about we start at 10? Because there's several things that click in my mind that level 10 fusions are really fucking stupid. But there's one at the forefront of my mind, if I can find it.
I believe in you.
That makes one of us. I know it's here. It's always been here. Is it a 9 or is it a 10?
Exterio?
Yep, Naturia Exterio. There it is. A fusion summon of this card can only be done with the above fusion materials. Meaning that it doesn't say that you can't just special summon it with some bullshit effect. It just says that if you're gonna fusion summon it properly, you have to be really proper about it.
Correct.
But people can, give their opponent a kaiju and then give themselves the 10-star kaiju and then metamorphose that into a Naturia Exterio. And Naturia Exterio has been around since the beginning of fucking time, and it says that if when a spell or trap is activated, you can banish a card in your graveyard and refill, and then negate the activation. So this perpetually just sets up mills. And also say that you can't play half of the cards that exist in the game of Yu-Gi-Oh! We're getting the care package.
I see that. Thank you, Dunbar. Also, hi.
And there's Lola. Oh my god. But yeah, like stuff like that, it's absolutely wild to be able to just dump onto the board with little to no commitment. Other really fucking dumb fusion targets. Let me... You thought Dragoon was bad because people could just dump into it when when they had access to the Predaplant thing, or they just ran Garnets to be able to Red Eyes Fuse, you can run 3 copies of Metamorphosis, put any level 8 monster on there, and turn it into a Dragoon.
Like we said last week, I don't understand why they thought this was smart.
Like, if they want to keep Metamorphosis in the game, there's going to be a lot of erratas to a bunch of different shit that says you can't use Metamorphosis to summon this card because that's fucking ignorant.
Well, like, so you were talking about the Dark Magician stuff earlier, and we've talked about it a lot in the past few weeks because obviously it's new, it's cool. You're building a deck around it. But we were talking about how they're already using, like, even IRL, that the new Dark Magician stuff, which is very niche, is already very expensive. Because it's niche and because it is a new way for every deck to access Dragoon.
Yep.
This was the original problem with Red Eyes Fusion and why Predaplant
Verte
is banned in paper. Now, Verte is legal on here. And the Red Eyes Fusion is a thing that you can do, but you don't see it as often like you used to see. Kind of like how Phoenix Enforcer was, the Dark Phoenix Enforcer was kind of like the same thing. Everyone and their mom was running it because you could just play that and just get this free boss monster. And they're already talking about it as if like, hey, we need to keep an eye on this because it's another, every deck has access to Dragoon again. But you have to at least be running Dark Spellcasters to use that strategy. If they're already talking about that being something to watch, why would they legalize to 3 a card that says it don't matter what you're running? If you have a level 8 monster, you have Dragoon.
Yeah, that is going to genuinely be a problem if people aren't already planning.
And the thing is already referring to the other methods, like either the new Dark Magician stuff or the old Predaplant Red Eyes Fusion stuff. You had to run some bricks.
Yes.
You don't have to with this. Like, I'm assuming your level 8 monsters are somewhat useful or utilized in your deck's normal strategy. Like, there's nothing from stopping me from playing a fucking Metamorphosis on one of my Blue Eyes and pooping out a Dragoon, because why not?
You absolutely could. And the only thing it requires is for you to run Metamorphosis and run Dragoon in your extra deck.
Yep. So I'm excited for the amount of time we're going to have access to do, and I feel like you're going to be more at the forefront of this, but do silly shenanigans. But I don't see it. I don't see how it doesn't become a problem where they have to rescind this decision.
Yeah, either that or they already have an errata plan for Metamorphosis itself that is going to render it benign.
Like cheeky, but not busted.
Yes. So, like, shit that's like super ultra mega busted, like Dragon Master Magia, has stipulations on it that specifically say it must be fusion summoned. That's the only way you're getting it onto the board. You have no other means to be able to cheat it. And that makes it fair.
Trust me, I know.
There's other cards that, you know, they're stymied because they require that something be fusion summoned if you expect it to get all of its effects. Like a fuse on trigger. Let's see here.
Fusion summon your mom.
You can turn a level 10 into the unstoppable Exodia Incarnate.
Oh, fuck me.
So you can get a spell or trap negate per turn. And then you could also, you know, run the Garnet of having a Obliterate in your deck if you really fucking wanted to.
You know what scares me about the 8s?
I'm listening.
The Horus stuff. Because the Horus stuff is already getting some attention because of said Dragoon bullshit with the new Dark Magician stuff that we were just talking about. But that is a small engine to include in a deck that literally just vomits 3 to 4 level 8s every turn if you wanted to.
Yes, it does.
So,
I was debating on running a small Horus package in Skull Servants just to accelerate my mill stuff, and also have a turn 1 battle plan to be able to go into, you know, shit like Dingirsu or Lancelot.
That's what Tier Laments was utilizing the horror stuff for, so they could go into zombie vampire to mill themselves.
Yeah, that was another thing that I was thinking of, because it's an accelerant to be able to get the gameplay running for Skull Servants.
Yes.
Well, that's neat. Cyber Darkness Dragon says it has to be fusion summoned first. Good. When this fusion summon monster battles, yep, that's good.
Hey, which cyber thing did you just look at?
What were you hunting?
You just look at Big Buck Nasty.
The Exodia Incarnate was the one that I was looking at earlier.
It must be either fusion summon or okay, good. I didn't know which cyber thing you looked at, and I'm like, oh my god, Cyber Dark End Dragon. Can they just no? Okay, no, this one also says you're not doing that.
Yeah, no, I was looking at Cyber Darkness.
Okay. Cyber Dark End Dragon is a 5K beat stick that says it's unaffected by anything.
You can also Barbaros
you could
people, which is really funny.
I miss Barbaros.
Yeah, there's a lot of different things in the game right now that say negate, and that's what I'm looking at right now. Is all of the Omni options that Metamorphosis opens up that otherwise decks should not have easy access to.
Yep.
There's a runic that allows you to just add runic things from the deck to the hand by turning a level 3 into the wings.
Yeah.
And it protects itself and gains life. What the fuck is this thing? Dark Bolter the Terrible. Pay 1,000, negate a normal spell card. That's funny. El Shadal means to be fusion summoned. What does that mean? Centaur Mina, once returned during your turn, when your opponent activates a trap card, you can negate the activation, and if you do, set that card. Do you just say no and put it back down, or do you take it?
I don't know. Oh my god, you can go into Rampage Dragon.
Just out of nowhere?
You won't get its fusion summon trigger, but you can use the pitch too light things to just swing multiple times.
That's kind of funny.
Yeah, it's a fusion summon of this card can only be done with the above materials, but not that it can only be fusion summoned.
Yep, so you could just dump it on the board in exchange for level 5.
Yep.
And you can special summon 1 level 2 or lower from your hand or grave. That's funny. So it facilitates a synchro to a Wind Warrior level 8, just for no reason.
Just cause.
And that pops a monster on the field when you do it. That requires setup, so it's not really that big of a deal. That's kind of funny. Azamina Ilya Silva, a level 6. If your opponent activates a card to effect, you contribute this card, negate that effect.
Yeah, that is an option, but what's funny is that's actually a card that's seeing a lot of meta play right now, and the card that summons that is already basically a 1 spell. Just poops it out.
Yeah.
So, I mean, Metamorphosis would give you extra access to it, but I feel like if you're going to do it, you're already going to be using the Azamina stuff because it just does that anyway.
That makes sense. I think all the Shadows require you to fusion summon them.
I'm okay with that.
I am also okay with that.
Okay, thank God. Doom Virus Dragon requires to be summoned with.
Yes,
the
it
Fang of
does.
I was like, oh my god, you could just crush people?
That would be fucking dumb. Normal summon level 4.
Metamorphosis, crush card you?
Oh, that would be agony.
That would,
Yeah.
okay, so that's not a, okay.
Yeah, like... It's
Wait a minute, where is it? Where is VWXYZ entire alphabet soup dragon? Where is it?
Dragon cannon catapult?
Yeah, is it that one?
Yeah.
The one that actually involves armed dragon as well?
Oh. I don't know about that.
There's one that's literally all of them stacked on top of an arm. Yeah. VWXYZ Dragon Catapult Cannon plus Armed Dragon level 7. Must first be special summoned from the extra deck during a duel, which you special summon both the above. Okay, you're good. We're good.
Yeah, put that thing back in the box.
Yeah, I was gonna say, if you can literally meta... No.
That would be terrifying. It's bad enough we have the potential to deal with just cheating out Dragoon in this fashion. Your Primate
This thing
thing
literally says, your opponent cannot activate cards or effects with the same name as any banished card. Also, once per turn during your opponent's turn, quick effect, you can banish one card from your deck or extra deck face up. Banish all cards your opponent controls and in their graveyard.
Yeah, dumb. Very
So,
dumb.
okay. That one is also not an option. I'm actually having more fun crossing things off the list than because
So the Primate fusion, you can use that,
yeah,
which is kind of funny.
that is kind of funny. I might do that actually.
And then if it's sent from the field to the graveyard, you summon normal monster from the deck in defense position. So it's like, I'm going to summon a Blue Eyes, Metamorphosis it into Berzelius, and then synchro it off into something else, and summon a Blue
Well, the thing is, because when I go into Berzelius, I usually have to use my normal monsters because that's how it's summoned, but you want more normal monsters in your graveyard to give his Floodgate effect more power. This way would be I can go into him without having to return my normal monsters.
Yes. Oh no. Nines are
wait,
weird, but you can just summon
Oh,
Mechaba.
what? I hate it here.
What? What are you looking at?
All of the Albaz fusions.
Well, all of their stuff triggers when they're fusion summoned, isn't it?
No. A lot of them do stuff when they're in the graveyard, so you could do normal branded shit, go into one of them, fucking metamorphose it away to make another one, and then trigger the one that just went to the graveyard. Why are we funding this?
Yeah, you can just cheat out a level Mechaba if you really wanted to.
I can sack up Blue Eyes for Philly Regis?
Okay, I'm coming back to you.
But no.
Hold on, I gotta see this. Yeah. You target one card your opponent controls or in your graveyard, banish. Then if you banish the card on the field, return one dragon monster you control to the hand. But like, at the start of your opponent's battle phase, if this card is in your graveyard, you can return one dragon monster you control to the hand or extra deck and bring it back. And then target a card and banish. But you have to have the dragon on your side of the field to be able to return to the hand.
Oh man, because I'm never gonna have excess dragons sitting out. Where normally I have to get a dragon fusion and then fuse that fusion with another big ass dragon to make this thing, or I could just metamorphose it out for the cost of a Blue Eyes that comes back 20 million times.
I understand.
I'm afraid right now, okay?
It does grind things, which makes me laugh. There's so much.
There is.
Being able to
good,
just drop a Caliga at the end of the turn is kind of stupid.
Yeah. Okay, Light and Darkness Dragon Lord is not a target, thank God.
No, that would be kind of mean.
It would be mean.
Caliga is scary. He's just any level 4. I'm gonna turn it into the thing that says you only get to activate one thing. Wait a minute. No, you go back. What are you giggling about? Oh, fuck off. No. It's a 9. It's gonna be weird.
Yeah, I was gonna say 9 is safe. We're not dropping generic 9s very often, but where's its counterpart?
This stream has pretty much been, hey, what's the dumb shit that we can do?
Yeah, I apologize for the lack of my intelligence and ability to speak, but we have not played many games. Actually, we haven't played any games this stream, but we're having a really fun time.
Shitting on and/or being scared of things.
Playing with new cards. Is it here? I don't see it.
Okay, so I can't just metamorphose into Seraphi Knight. That gives me a little bit of warm fuzzy feelings. But you can definitely fucking metamorphose into Ojima Knight.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Hang on. I need to and not in an official place. I need to meet at the bar. I need to meet the guy that got this pushed through.
Yeah.
God, it is an 8. Okay, if this card is fusion summon, you can do the thing. Okay.
But it does the dig a normal monster out of your grave and bring it back.
If it dies, yeah. Or if it's sent.
Yeah, I don't see too much profitability out of that.
No. That's why I thought it could just do the burn thing. Oh, you know what? You're low in life points. I'm going to play Metamorphosis and just kill you. But it only does that if it's fusion summoned. Okay.
That would be really fucking funny, though.
Yeah, that's what I was like, oh no.
I can't do time wizard fuckery. That's probably good.
Why?
What?
We're having an entire segment over why Metamorphosis should not come back.
I agree. There's no way on this planet that they bring that back to 3 and they don't errata it in some way to make it tame.
There's no way. Oh my. Okay, good. We're good. Never mind. Fine.
It's just the terror of I hear in the corner. Just, oh no.
My letter of resignation from the game of Yu-Gi-Oh is just sitting on the edge of my desk waiting. It literally needs but a postage stamp and one really bad Metamorphosis target before I submit it. Okay, Zark is off the table. I think we already talked about that one.
Yeah, I mean, they have their own trap that says that they could just cheat it out anyway.
They do, but you have to be set up to do that.
Yes, you do.
Not just oops, all gods.
And it looks like the majority of elemental hero things have the clause on it that it has to be fusion summoned.
Okay.
So elemental hero fuckery seems to be off the table.
Which is good because they have some really silly ass cards.
Yes. What about the bombardment bird?
Okay, you can't cheat out an Egyptian god slime.
You can definitely cheat out a Blaze Phoenix. You can inflict 300 for each card on the field, and then blow it up, and then bring it back, and then blow it up, and then bring it back, and burn people to death.
You're on fire. God.
This is terrifying.
You can just go into regular Cybran, though.
That's kind of funny.
Just big dumb piercer.
And you can't cheat out Azamina. That's good.
That's good.
Wait.
Wait. Oh, God, what is it? T level 10.
Who are you thinking?
I don't, God, I need to know so I can sleep at night. Okay. Okay, we're okay. If you could just shit out the Knight of Destiny, I quit. Oh God, how many jump scares can this game give me tonight?
Evidently enough. What is that thing?
What? This?
No. There's a level 12 fusion Transcendosaurus Gigantozowler. I was like, what the fuck is that thing?
That thing is aura farming and nothing else.
I mean, it is a level 12.
I am big. Did you hear? That is big McLarge Hughes, the Yu-Gi-Oh card. I have never heard a closer synonym to Big McLarge Huge ever. That is, oh my God.
It is prehistoric man bear pig.
That is, oh God. What is that thing called again?
Transcendosaurus Gigantozowler.
You said it's a 12?
It's a 12.
If I don't own one, I'm making one. He's a fair. I'm making one. I don't care.
So, sure, the combat stuff. Lordy thick.
Wait, but why? Why is he Big McLarge Huge with a chicken beak?
Beak McLarge Huge?
Beak McLarge. I'm going to die. But then he has the eyes of Satan, like I don't just.
He's so upset.
God, why is this working? Beak McLarge.
Actual tears. Oh my God.
I can't breathe.
Oh God. Rawr.
Rawr. No, you know what this is? No, you ever see the cat videos where they like zoom in and it's like this cute adorable kitty and it just does the meow.
Speak.
This, you would look at it and he's like, you're waiting for the and he just row. Oh God.
Oh, it hurts.
I'm okay.
Oh God. Oh God. Oh my God. No, you can't. You can't. There's no way. You can summon Armityle the Chaos Phantom. Phantom of Fury. This is yours now. Also,
No.
Alaka Blam.
Oh, by the way, there's another OTK engine you could do. Now, this requires some extra disk space, but you can fart out Neo Ultimate, which just swings 3 times, because why not?
I am terrified at dropping an Armityle on somebody.
God, why Armityle? I have to get the 3 sacred beasts themselves and merge them together. No, I just have to play this fugly brain card.
And put a level 12 on the board.
Semantics.
Yes, I would agree, but that's hilarious. Like, this is yours now. Also, your board is so goddamn gone. I think that would just be hilarious to give somebody a timer. Hey, this is yours. I'm gonna still attempt to wipe everything you have, but if you don't, this is my insurance policy. It's so stupid.
But you can't use its board wipe ability, but you can fart out the first Dark Lord.
Yes, you can. I did see that. I was looking at Shura the Combat Star. Once per turn during the battle phase, you can make the attack of all face-up monsters your opponent currently controls 0. And then, if a monster battles another monster during damage calc, you can make each battling monster gain attack equal to its own level times 200 during that damage calculation only. And since you're cheating it out, you don't get the fusion effect. But I'm just going to become 2400, and everything else that you own is going to become tiny.
You can the U-Bell fusion.
I did see that too, but it's kind of neutered.
Like, you don't get the burn, but you still get the I can't die, and I'm gonna hit you for damage.
Absolute Axe and Kicker can't happen. First of the Dragon Lords can't happen. And there's always shitting out of Blue Eyes Ultimate.
There is. Like I said, if you're doing that, you might as well poop out the Neo, because then you can just do the diff.
Yes.
Okay, Supreme Arcanite Magician is off the table. That's...
Or no, you can't, because at the end of the damage step, if his fusion summon card attacked, and you can, this is the only face-up card you control.
So you can summon it, but you just can't use it.
Yeah.
Oh! You can do Destiny and Dragoon.
That's kind of funny.
That's awesome!
That is really funny. This is so wild. What is this game? What has happened? I am so confused by the state of Yu-Gi-Oh! Today.
Well, I mean, it tells you something. Like, you're watching all of us geek out and have all these jump scares, that Yu-Gi-Oh's in a state where they thought, yeah, sure, Metamorphosis can come back. Yeah, okay.
What are you looking at?
No, I'm commenting on that.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, can you do Flasher? You can.
That's neat.
You can. And And that's kind of relevant because he's a negate stick.
You can drop Despy and Priskenion.
Kind of funny.
Oh, look at that, extra deck thing that's sitting in your graveyard. It's mine now. Yoink.
Me.
Tierra requires a fusion summon. Axe and Kicker Oracle requires a fusion summon.
Hybrid Twin Dragon isn't like busted, but turns one attack into two.
You can drop Tinmaeus the United. After it's special summoned, it's unaffected by other cards' effects. It just needs to hit the board.
Yeah.
That's hilarious. Oh God. Saint Azamina, you could just shit that thing out. Your opponent can't target cards in their field, graveyard, or banishment, or this card on the field with card effects. Ew. All of this is horrifying. Oh, what in the hell is that thing?
The thing I was happy that you can't do.
Oh, Tinmaeus. That's fair.
God. What were they thinking?
I don't know. You can summon Vidos, the Dragon of Endless Darkness, and it could just be a big, unaffected thing. I mean, nigh unaffected, I suppose. Oh no.
Afraid to ask.
Big Fusion Grapha.
Fusion Grapha?
Uh-huh. When your opponent activates a monster effect or a normal spell or trap card while you have a card in your hand, you can activate this effect. The activated effect becomes your opponent discards a card.
What the fuck?
That's dumb. That's weird. Too niche. That one requires fusion summons to get profit. Wake up your elemental here requires fusion summon. That one requires fusion summons to do anything. So many dumb things. What the hell is Dream Mirror?
It's a very oddly specific weird archetype that just didn't really ever take off. Their
No.
field spells were used as kind of like an anti-meta thing, but that was about it.
Is it one of those ones where their field spells will summon on both sides of the field?
Yep.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
You just poop out an Eldritch to Mad Golden Lord for no reason.
Crazy. You know, when was this announcement made? No, it was too late. It was too late. I was honestly way after like, you know, because of the month, like when it finally hits that, like, oh yeah, it's, you know, it's been the time period, like this is when Metamorphosis come off the ban list. They're like, April Fools.
Yep, nope, it is passed. They made this announcement. It's a terrible idea. I am terrified that this exists, but you can bet your ass I am going to manipulate the ever-living shit out of it. What else? What else? Fright for a thing. Yeah, I couldn't care less. You can just dominance.
I'm dying.
Please don't die. Ew. Cyber Eternity Dragon's also an option.
Yeah, I saw him. Not like over the top, holy crap, but definitely nothing to scoff at either.
Yes. It's very funny, though. I remember Mega Fleet. That's funny. Oh god, this list is going to be extensive and terrifying. Oh, you're doing Tachyon things.
Yeah, I saw it was on my viewpoint. I'm like, throw a game up in the background while we chit chat about this stuff.
I like this plan.
God.
There's so much that could be going wrong. Yeah, we already touched on Exterio.
Is this a fire specifically? Yes.
Oh god, what now?
I think they're just dead.
Meaning
Like,
you
I'm just doing solo shit again, so it's background, but like,
oh no.
I can show the Tachyon thing. Of course you have a maxi. You know what? No. Fuck you.
That was fueled by malice.
I point my sword at you, sir. Get out. Not letting you draw an out.
Quit this. Yeah, you can just get an end dragon. God, there's so much.
Here, have this monster.
Did XYZ get another retrain?
There's a couple of them.
Oh god.
Hey, you ready for this?
Uh-huh.
Battle phase.
Drop this link monster that has absolutely no business making its way to the field, but okay. Big as fuck, yes.
Big as fuck. Oh, look. I triggered my dragon.
Punchies.
Big.
Oh my god. The fact that it also triggers so that way you gain the 1,000 and can swing again is fucking so dumb.
Sets itself up.
It's so goddamn dumb.
That's silly. And they gave him an animation.
Biff.
Tachyon's a cool kid now. Yay! So where would you like obviously some more research maybe might need to be done, but like where are you feeling like is your starting point for a chaos thing?
I think the first one I'm probably gonna dig into is something leaning heavily on the light and darkness retrain, as well as the individual counterparts, and then between that and doing synchro things, maybe. I don't know which, if any of those lock you out. I gotta go and do that research, but I like the idea of doing level 8 and 10 synchros for funsies.
Yeah.
I've hit all the Gate Guardian things. I don't think any of the Tier Elements fusions have a restriction on them being able to just be pooped out with metamorphosis.
That's terrifying.
I'm scared as well. That requires a fusion summon for him to do anything. Fusion Trish escapes.
That'd be funny though.
It really would be. Yeah, it looks like for the newer stuff, they're starting to get kind of smart about, we don't want this thing cheated into existence.
Yeah. Yeah, no, absolutely not.
More dick punchies?
in a weird spot. I'm tempted to like let this resolve, but I see what you get. Okay, that's fair. Sure. Are you using the effect? You are.
Hello, Maddie. How are you?
Eddie!
Welcome in. Sabo's currently punching people with Tachyon, and I'm currently doing research to figure out exactly what busted shit is going to be facilitated with the unbanning of Metamorphosis here at the end of next week.
Because again, that was a good idea. Got paid making my coffee? I mean, okay.
We like this.
That's your big plan? Sure. You get a chicken.
Last warrior of another planet summon. I mean, that's definitely the classic.
Oh, that's what you're doing. Yep. Oh. Yeah, okay.
I dislike Tachyon. That is unfortunate. That sounds like somebody who got punched really hard by Tachyon. There's no shame in it. It happens.
It do. The amount of times I do that.
It seems like a lot of different archetypes are continuing to get that ability, Maddie.
Really good draw, but what do you want to guess? One of those cards is an imperm. Really?
Draco Tail just made me say, well, I'm a head out. They could do that.
Okay, so here's my thing with Draco Tail. Bias aside, because I use them for Blue Eyes things, no way. Where Draco Tail, like, yes, it was like the deck. It still kind of is the deck, especially IRL. And they are very good, and they are overplayed because of how good they are. My thing is, though, if that's the direction Yu-Gi-Oh is going to start going, I am 100,000% okay with that. Not necessarily like Draco Tail specifically, But a deck that is like Draco Tail, that is not a board of negates, is not an unbreakable board, that actually is forcing interaction and battling, I would rather see that than 8 million more decks that come out that's just combo spam that says you don't play the game. Draco Tail has 1 negate in Flame. The rest of their cards are interruptions. So yes, they still have a lot they can do, but it is just not 12 Omni negates that says you don't get to play. Dragon Supremacy, I mean, they can make it any, like right now, yes, with Draco Tail and Albaz getting the new shit that they got, but like, put it on Fiends, I don't care. Just, I like, especially IRL, seeing the Fallen and the Virtuous spell. That card is in like every deck right now. You know what that card is? It's a 1-for-1 kill spell. When's the last time that was relevant? And that's considered good enough that everyone wants to run it in their deck? I would love to see the game gravitate towards that again. Super Poly's still a decent interrupt? Absolutely. Super Poly's great.
Super Poly is absurd. Anything that says your opponent can't respond to it is inherently busted.
Correct.
There's just a lot of decks that exist in some instances that even a Super Poly, once the dust settles, they start just kicking the feet back again and speedballing their way back to recovery.
What is the play here? I feel like it's you. Gotta play the grind game at this point. Oh, tell me that's a call by though. Actually, if it's a call by, we have an answer for that. It's not a call by. Okay. Positive.
FGD is funny.
Are you just dead? Yeah.
Bye.
Most people quit when you have a 5k attack monster on the board within your first turn. It depends which one. Because if it's just big, everyone has 8 million things that say your card is dead. So it's not a problem. When you have something that's like, and again, yes, bias, but if something like Magia out that says I'm going to stop 8 million things and I'm big as shit, then yeah. I mean, you guys on stream have watched people literally, I summon Magia and they scoop. I mean, it's, you know, especially when the new Albaz stuff comes to Master Duel. I mean, if you're a Super Poly deck, throwing a FDG in your side deck for the lulz, I don't see a problem with it.
Yeah, turning their entire board into go away.
Yeah, and they get a little too greedy. You just say, cool, I have a 5k beat stick and you have nothing.
We have a problem.
I didn't do it.
Phoenix Enforcer.
Oh, for God's sake. And now the only thing, kind of like Destiny and Dragoon, yes, you can poop him out with Metamorphosis, but if you don't have... Destiny and Dragoon requires Destiny heroes, but in Phoenix Enforcer doesn't really. It's the same argument as Dragoon. You don't have to run the bricks anymore. He literally just facilitates himself.
Yeah, I mean, once he hits the board, he can just say, I'm going to pop your thing, and then he can just target himself in the standby phase.
Yeah. I wanted to learn Madolche. I haven't touched Madolche in years, and I know they got new cards. Madolche is not for the faint of heart. They do some silly, wacky shit, but man, you got to know what you're doing.
Yeah.
That is definitely a skill-heavy deck. That would be really cool. Plus, they're adorable. They're a bunch of little food people.
cake people.
They are the cake people. They're awesome. They're gonna like the one, like the OG one. He's a little knight with it, and his sword is a candy cane. He's gonna run up and stab you with his little pointy candy cane. Lick and stab.
Oh my god. Confirm Saba.
Confirmed Saba likes cute things. I make no secret of this. I was like literally when I was working on the Tachyon deck earlier, I was geeking the fuck out because card I used to love way back in the day, they made one for Tachyon. Now there's little baby Tachyon. Look at him. Look at him. Little baby Tachyon. Mechanized Space Dragon should not be cute and adorable, but there it is. Fistules are a counter to DPE.
Yeah, the moment he says, yeah, I'm coming back, how about no?
Yep.
Into the bin with you. You can drop Invoke Doggoids. It hits the board, it pops a thing. Your opponent has something hit the board, it pops a thing. Which isn't terribly threatening.
No. Like I don't necessarily. I don't know. It depends. Like I don't necessarily feel like it's gonna like take the game or the meta by storm, but I think it's definitely something you're gonna have to respect now.
I mean, every deck that can produce a singular level 8 monster by having access to Dragoon is a terrifying prospect.
Well, even the thought of like some of the 11s, which I know is an oddly specific number, but the fact that like giving your opponent a nib token is now like, yeah, but what if? And honestly, just because the game is already hyped about it every time a new combination comes out, honestly, the Dragoon one is the one I'm afraid of the most.
Oh yeah, ads. More targets for Metamorphosis. Dragoon is currently the one that seems to be the most scary. There's a bunch of different ones just because, you know, if you can filter through your deck and get multiple Metamorphosis fired off at the same time, which is entirely possible depending on what you're playing, you could do some really dumb shit.
How much? Who wants to gamble with me?
Okay.
How much do we want to think that this back row is an imperm?
It sounds like it might.
You know what? I have a way to force that. And if they do force it, I can do something really funny. Called by.
Okay, that's actually hilarious.
Which is funny because I have an answer to it. And I'm going to do that because we're going to do the funny thing. And not,
like
it's not really funny like Teehee. It's just I'm going to summon a truck and hit you with it. And you'll be happy, Maddie. This play string does not involve Tachyon. Boy, does those little 800 attack monsters look real super juicy right now.
Dart Magician to Dragon Knight's interesting. What in the fuck is that thing?
Yes. Battle phase. Afterglow bullshit. And look at that, Truckosaurus.
Oh my god.
Bye now.
Jesus.
But
Literally
you
every
can do Dark
galaxy's
Paladin. You can do Dark Paladin too.
Nope. Here says he must be fusion summoned.
That's probably for the best because there's no limit per turn. He's just negate as many spells as you have cards in your hand. So that's probably for the best.
I think that is fair. Yeah, Dark Magician Dragon Knight saying that your opponent can't touch your spells or traps is pretty interesting. A bunch of different Gladiator Beast things. King Starving Venom, we already know that's stupid, but we'd rather make that out of our opponent's shit. Or no. Yeah, by attributing the above cards you control, you can't.
Sorry, I was doing that, so I know I'm a little late to this. Did we address the skill drain thing?
I did not.
Okay. I know it. I'm pretty sure in paper it's banned. I don't think it's allowed.
I think it might be at 1 in Master Duel.
In Master Duel, I know it was talked about. Yeah, it's. Wait, no, hang on. I also didn't spell.
One more L.
All right, it's because it's cut off on mine.
There we go.
Yeah, 1. So it's banned in paper and it's at 1 on Master Duel. I think the main reason I quit is because I can only have so many gacha games available to play. I mean, that's fair. I enjoy a good gacha, but like some of them I just kind of got like, this is a little off topic, but any Dragon Ball Z fans out there, I was really hard into Dokkan Battle, like real hard, and I had a lot of fun with that game. But the game was like a collectible like gacha, but like you were still like doing fights and had gameplay to do, and it got so hard of you have to summon the newest coolest things or you don't play. And that kind of turned me off of it. But I played Dokkan for like 6-7 years.
Yeah.
Never been that dedicated to a mobile game in my life. Then I went back to buying cardboard. Because what was it about the Pokemon Pocket that killed it for you?
For me, it was...
Yeah, because I never got into that one.
So, like, it was basically speed duels, but it was like Pokemon version. But the issue that I had with it was that if you go to open up a pack, it lets you choose from like this big old circle of packs.
Yeah.
That, you know, they may look different, might look like they're tampered with or something. Like they're visually distinct in some instances. And then you get it, you rip it open, and you get your cards. The actual cards that you get are predetermined before any of that bullshit goes on. And all of that is just a ruse.
It's just a spectacle.
Yeah.
Like you click, I want to open a pack, and it's like, cool, these are the cards you're getting, but then it does a bunch of visual shit just to make it look entertaining.
Yes.
Boo.
It makes it seem like, hey, you're choosing from a bunch of different packs, when in fact, the cards that you get are predetermined the moment that you say you want to open a pack. And it doesn't matter what you choose.
That's kind of poop.
Yeah, I find that rather disingenuous, and it immediately killed it for me. Because I did enjoy that game. I did enjoy, you know, if it did it like Master Duel, where it said, hey, these are your packs, go ahead and open up. So be it. It's at least honest about it. Don't add this little, you know, bullshit mini game where you think that you're selecting the packs that you're getting, and that's and those are the ones that you're opening. No, that's not in fact the case.
Yeah, that's fair. I enjoyed seeing your post here, and you're like, oh man, I pulled this today.
Yeah. It was a lot of fun, right up until the moment that it wasn't.
A lot of games available today have in one way or form have a gacha mechanic. You know,
If they're free, yes, because that's the only way
You're
they
not,
make money.
yeah. Correct. You're not wrong. And it's weird to see it in some instances. Like, I play Pokemon Unite quite a lot. It's one of my favorites. Just turn my brain off and run around and do silly things. Many people have told me, and I don't disagree with it, it is literally just called Pokemon League, but as in League of Legends. But that game is actually really free to play friendly, but that, like, I forget, like, oh, it's free. So yeah, every time it's like, oh, I want to, oh, wait. It's not necessarily a gacha game, but you are investing money to get new mons if you want target things. What's another good example of that? Genshin. Lola, please don't hate me. Like, Genshin, yeah. Genshin's another, like, really popular gacha game. Like, that game, I'll tell you what, though, for a free download game, that game is fucking huge.
It is.
That game's map puts Elden Ring to shame. Like, that game is just expansive. Honkai Star Rail. I have seen ads for that. I have not played it, but yeah, that's another one I've seen quite a bit of. And like sometimes gotchas are fun. They're alluring, and like, fuck it, I'm gonna spend some of my hard-earned money to have some fun. But when it becomes the point of I can't play the game
Unless you shell out cash.
unless you shell out cash on a fairly alarmingly regular interval, nah. So I like Unite. Like, if you get a hold of a couple mons that you like, you're good. You don't have to spend another cent. And when they release new mons into the game, it's not like buy this or you get power crap. No, it's just this is something new to play. You like it? Cool. If not, keep playing what you're playing. Every once in a while, they make an oops and they make something really fucking stupid, and it's funny for a week or two, and then they're like, yeah, no, we fixed it. like Gyarados. Gyarados got nerfed. Gyarados needed to get nerfed. Gyarados was a fucking savage that had no business doing what he was doing. I am this helpless fish, and I can't even support my own team for the first 2 minutes of the match, but goddamn, I evolve, and every other person on this map run. So I remember, I told you about it. Like, I was looking at the notes after the one update. It's like, oh, these are the nerfs, and I saw Gyarados, and I was like, yeah, no, 100%.
Yeah, that needed to happen. He was too
I'm
much.
sad about it, but 1000% needed to happen.
Oh my.
How you doing over there, Captain?
I'm still looking through. I just got the level 7 things.
Hey!
And like, it seemed the 8s provided most of the scary herp-derp things, but I'm sure that there's going to be, 7s and 6s that are doing all sorts of dumb shit.
Yeah. And some of them, it's like not inherently like, oh my god, it's busted, but it's like, well, that's like I said about Rampage Dragon. Like, yeah, you're not getting the pop, but you still get a creature that can swing multiple times if you run light machines.
Yes, you do. But yeah, I think as far as doing the chaos things, I'm definitely going to want to dig into something that will drop Light and Darkness Dragon. I have a week to stew upon it, and the new ban list will be out, so you can bet your ass that I definitely already have my 3 metamorphoses.
They're supers. Why not?
Yep, I have them. I am merely waiting. Sometimes Chimera Tech Rampage is all you really need to get pop spells and attack a few times. Yeah, I agree. But the fact that Metamorphosis can just cheat out at a triple attacker.
Yep. I mean, that was most of the last time, like, pure Cyber Dragon was on top. That they didn't even do the big fusions. It was just it was just Rampage Turbo, because Rampage ends games.
Yes, it does.
You do the what's their fusion spell? You do the one that doubles it.
Power Bond.
You just power bond into a rampage, nuke their back row, and swing 4,200 multiple times. Oh. I think.
Go ahead.
Good. Okay. I think they're really just experimenting with what they can and can't get away with right now. I mean, that's fair. This is one of the, I mean, I said the same thing about like Raigeki and shit, but like, I never in a million years thought they would say not only is metamorphosis allowed, but at 3.
Yeah. It's going to be a scary card.
It is. But because we're between formats and they're trying to figure out the list, I mean, I think you're right, Maddie. I think this is just kind of the, so let's just throw some shit at the board and see what sticks.
You remember when they what was it, unlimited or set it to 1, fucking snatch steal?
Yeah, that lasted a hot like month or 2, and they were like, "Yep, nope, banned, bar bad."
That was a terrible
Or
idea.
when they let 6 cents back for like a week. I hear drawing 6 cards for no goddamn reasons. Okay.
Oh yeah, you can drop King of Dragon.
Yay! That's really cool.
Free shit.
Super relevant? Not really. Am I gonna do it? Probably.
E-dragons, dude. You could just dump them.
Yeah, I know. That was the deck that was using it.
And there he is, last warrior from another planet. If this card is special summon, destroy all the other monsters you control. Neither player can summon monsters. Yeah. Set it out
What
on the
level?
board so that way, that's a 7.
It's a 7. Okay.
But that is one of the scariest things that can probably hit the board. Neither player can summon, so you can't tribute it. You have to blow it the fuck up. If you want to lock somebody up permanently, you're gonna have to be able to set up something like a cipher, or there's a hero that says first time something would be popped, it doesn't get popped. And then then you can summon this thing and at the end of the turn, and you don't have to worry about the rest of the board disappearing. But that would be fucking ignorant. Now we're getting into all the things that are vanillas.
Is he? Made me think about something.
Are you talking about the draws? The draws was cool, people.
Oh yeah. I hung out for a while after we raided the other day, and then I went and got my fat ass some food and lurked and watched some more. He was good.
Yeah, they were definitely good people. We'll have to stop in on them sometime here in a little bit.
Yeah. Where are you?
What you hunting? You could drop the Circuit Fusion.
That's actually kind of scary because Odeon decks are actually kind of rampant right now. Giving them another way to just poop that thing out is a little terrifying.
Yeah. Just any level 6. I wonder how many spells and traps will force a spell and or trap card to be put face down in the field. Meaning things that go and search them and place them so you have them. And usually it's stuff that's built within archetype. What is that? Oh. Oh. I knew there was one. We stumbled upon it when we were searching for metamorphosis targets. It's just... no, back down it goes. Stop that.
Okay, yeah, he is banned.
Who, Jowgen?
Yeah, you were talking about locking people out, and it made me think of the OG. I'm like, God, is he still? No, he's banned. That's good.
Yeah, please, dear sweet Jesus, no.
No, Jowgen's gone.
I hate spellbooks.
That's why he got banned, because spellbooks could just shit him out at any given point in time.
Mm-hmm. That's why I hated him. The Duke of Demise.
What is it, Maddie? Red Reboot. Red Reboot does it. I think, you know what? The Harpy thing is banned, I think, though. Or not Harpy specifically, but, oh my God, what was that card called? Harpy's used it, though. Basically, it forces you to set cards before you can flip them.
Fuck. I can't remember now.
That was even back in the old days. It's not a floodgate. It's a continuous trap.
That's gonna piss me off.
Yeah, that's gonna. Me too. Imperm works on the trap monsters, and yeah, negating trap monsters is really funny because depending on which ones, but a lot of them end up just getting stuck face up in the background, can't do anything.
Which is really hilarious to me.
It is funny. Yes, that anti-spell fragrance. Thank you, Maddie.
Yeah, that fucking.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's gone. I would be surprised if it wasn't. I haven't looked in a while. Yeah, it's bad.
Where did it go? I had it here just a minute ago. It was really funny to me. The Duke of Demise.
Got this. Ah, Duke! The card that was in the anime like 30 years ago and only came out within the past few years.
But it's an additional normal summon because Teehee, and then you can banish it from the graveyard and target a level 4 or higher there's zombie monster in your graveyard and put it back in your hand. That would definitely be for me putting an Ash Blossom back in my hand. No, it's level 4 or higher, I think. Yeah, level 4 or higher. I wonder why. I fucking wonder why. That'd be hilarious. Kozuki, so that way I can throw it away again.
That's
Or if you're playing Zombie World, you could just get anything.
Duke of Demise is just Gem Knight disguise. I mean, the fact that it rhymes just means it must be true.
Yeah, well, now that I know that Master Duel has Brilliant Fusion at 3, I'm definitely contemplating putting together something running Seraphi Knight again.
You should look at the Gem Knight archetype as a whole, because they're, like I said, they're actually like a tier 2, like, they're around. People are running them and doing well with them right now.
That's wild to hear.
Yeah. Like I said, the last, they weren't like top levels, like not a lot of them made it past day 1, but like the last cup on here, like they were around.
Yeah.
That was the thing people were legitimately considering for the Bliss Cup.
Yeah.
Completely lost my train of thought. What am I getting?
The spell that says quit it.
Yeah, that. Yeah.
Oh, it is. Yeah, that's still wild to me that you could just poop out a Caliga for no good reason.
Yeah. And maybe it'll be like that. Cards like that might. I don't know if they'll get like. So, I don't know, because that's Master Duel specifically has been doing a really big push of like getting rid of floodgate type cards.
Which I'm okay
So
with.
if anyone can, yeah, 100%. So if people can just take any level 4 and be like, cool, Caligo, whoop. Oh, you are still back. All right. Okay. This. This. I'm down.
So many level 5 fusion monsters that are just utter trash.
Sure.
But Seraphian Knight being just a Gem Knight monster and a light monster. I'm now curious as far as what things that are, you know, relegated as garnet fuel.
Yeah. Ah, by 50.
Oh no!
Generic material fusions are possibly the worst in terms of onboard opponent card. It's kind of funny, made me think, is with the new there's another wingman, like retrain of wingman, the base wingman that's coming out that's literally a super poly target. That's like all it really is.
Yeah.
And you piece of poop. Here's Hydra thing. But with him, I think there's only one combination that there, like, basically there's a super poly combination for every generic, like, oh, same type, different attribute, same type, like all of those combinations exist now as a super poly target except one, him.
Yeah. I'm just looking at Gem Knight things.
Yeah.
Because no, I can't search Gem Knight. Or I can't search Brilliant Fusion.
Ow. Ow.
which I'm okay with. But Nepirim. Keyword is poly or fusion. No, I'm looking at Nepirim, who says that I can get a Gem Knight card. And there's only two Gem Knight cards that aren't just monsters. And I'm trying to figure out just how slim I can make this engine. Because most of the original Gem Knights are very close to just being Garnets on their own. Whether it's because they're slow or whether it's because they just got effects that I can't really utilize.
Yeah. Is this the grave?
What card did Kaiba use to defeat Koji, the Spider, Nagumo, and Battle City? Saba, I think you would know this.
No, I have no idea.
It's been that long, yeah. It has been a minute.
Is that even a thing? Oh. Like, I'm literally trying to run through all of Kaiba's opponents in Battle City. I'm like, I do not remember a spider guy.
Didn't he just... Is that the guy that just got obble-fisted?
The dude in the alleyway where he literally gave him his briefcase and said, make your deck better. And handed him all the most busted cards in the game. And he was like, oh my god, I can't lose. And we never saw the duel. We just heard Kaiba laughing. And we saw Obelisk pop. Like, they showed this, like, bird's eye view of the city. And you saw Obelisk pop out from this buildings and just punch him in the face and then disappear. And then they went back down to the street and you see cards float, like flipping, like just kind of falling out of the sky everywhere. That kid is on the ground and Kai was just walking away with his cape fluttering. That guy.
I don't remember a lot from Battle City, but that shit was hilarious. He said, I want to summon all my shit. I was like, okay, sure. Fist. Oh. Oh. Aw.
I didn't do it.
I'm trying to figure out what the Brilliant Fusion engine looks like now. If you're just going to utilize that.
Yeah.
And
There we go.
like Quartz is interesting. Sardonyx is a Gemini monster, which I couldn't give a singular fuck about. Amber is a Gemini monster, so it suffers from the same problem. Emerald is just... Like, yeah, none of these other things I really want to use. We'll say. The only ones that I have eyes on that actually look like they would be legitimate would be quartz. But
Yeah,
I
I just looked at this. I'm sorry to interrupt. I just looked it up because I mean that's exactly who it was. I didn't know he had a name. Koji Nagumo is definitely the dude in the alleyway that we never saw him play. He was just stealing people's cards. Mokuba reported him. Kaiba showed up and fucking fisted him, and then that was that.
Get wrecked. See ya. There's...
So the answer to your question of what card did Kaiba use to defeat him is Obelisk the Enforcer. It's just Obelisk with a giant referee t-shirt on.
No stealing.
All right, back to our regular scheduled programming. You were saying?
Gem Knight Hollow Core, Gem Knight Neperim, and Gem Knight Quartz look to be like they have something that I can use.
Okay.
Like Quartz, it has an effect that if you pitch it, you can get a fusion continuous spell, which is neat, but it locks you into Gem Knight shit from the extra deck, which is not what I want to do. But
Yeah.
if it's used as a material for a fusion summon, and sent to the graveyard or banished, I can add a Gem Knight monster from my grave to the hand. So, like, neat, I suppose. So I'd only want to run like one of those, if anything. Neperim, it's normal or special. I can add a Gem Knight card from my deck to the hand, except him. And effect damage is half of the turn. During the main phase, it gives me another normal summon of a gem monster, which is, maybe I use it for fodder. If this card is sent from the hand or deck to the grave, brilliant fusion. You can send one card from your hand to the graveyard, and if you do, special summon this card. If I'm using it in something like Chaos or Synchro or something like that that loves having resources in the grave, that's great. Gem Knight Hollow Core. You can send a Gem Knight.
Question real quick.
I'm listening.
Is my viewpoint like? Did you get rid of that on purpose, or did something break?
Oh, originally that was so that way we could see other information that was popping up here from searches and stuff like that.
No, that's fine. I just was making sure. Oh God, what broke now? Okay, no. You're. That's fine.
No, we're
I'm
good.
just making sure. Okay.
Because mine's toggled off on yours, so that way they could see the life points.
Okay. Back to card editing.
Yes. Any card that gives you an additional normal summon is busted. I concur, but in an era of Yu-Gi-Oh today, where if you're playing a deck that either relies on its normal summon or you need that normal summon to be able to recover from an interruption like Ash or Call By or any of that mess, it makes it so that way you have a little bit more resilience to that shit, especially when going second. Or if you have a strategy that's very, very fragile and you're going first.
You do not say the F word here. We do not mention flu.
Flu under cheese.
Flu was a crime against God. Poor card design. A horrible, horrible addition to the Yu-Gi-Oh history books. Where even the most meta of meta players who are like, yo, you only play the best deck to win, we're also of like, F this deck. If you were seen playing Flu, you were immediately considered to be a horrible person. Flu is...
Oh, God.
The reason that was such a problem is because it was like, oh, it's all normal summons. No, it's not. You're literally just calling special summoning normal summons, so that gets around all of the special summon cards that are designed to keep the game balanced. And Flu gets around all of that. That's all they were doing with that, because the way Flu plays is exactly like a special summon spam deck. But because of their effects, it quote-unquote counts as a normal summon.
They're cheating.
They are cheating. Fucking birds.
Hollow Core is an interesting one. It's a 7 that you can special summon by throwing a Gem Knight Fusion into the graveyard. But that means you gotta run a Gem Knight Fusion, which...
Right.
There's ways to be able to search it, which is neat. If you were to have Neparim in your hand or something like that. When your opponent activates a card or effect while you control a Gem Knight Fusion monster, Seraphi Knight, you can banish 3 Gem Knight cards from your graveyard, including this card. Negate that effect, then all Gem Knight monsters you currently control gain 1,000 attack. So you use this thing for fuel for something else after you use it as a special summon means, and then it becomes ammunition for you to be able to say no to something.
Right.
And so yeah, I mean, play Brilliant Fusion, send Neparim and whatever light fodder you want to be able to get the ball rolling. Neparim immediately triggers.
Dinomorphia? Dinomorphia, I think most of their fusions are locked. I could be wrong, though. I haven't looked at them in forever.
Hi, Bonds.
Buns! Hello!
Yeah, we're actually running a little later than we normally are because we're just vibing and looking at shit for ideas.
Correct.
But yeah, so main plan would be Brilliant Fusion, drop Neparim,
Good
get
morning,
Seraphi
Buns.
Knight, and then whatever light monster that you're looking to throw in there. Neparim triggers, gets you an add, which it would make sense to add Hollow Core. And then you don't have Gem Knight Fusion in your hand. You would use you would dump Gem Knight Fusion to be able to special Hollow Core. So you have 3 Gem Knights on the board. You've not used the singular normal summon. And
That's right. Fuck you, fish.
just out of nowhere. No, I'm dealing with some sort of sickness. I am congested and feel gross. But I am
I'm
getting
so sorry.
there. Is there any of these that say it's treated as a Gem Knight card?
Ladies and gentlemen, I know we are playing against CPU in the background for just some background action while we card diddle, but I want them to understand that this computer has left a 0 attack monster in the front of a Galaxy deck.
They're gonna fucking die.
They're gonna fucking die. And I'm gonna laugh. Jag.
Ew, that's actually kind of gross. Like, that would basically just say, I'm going to go into any Gem Knight ever, because you could take those 3 Gem Knights that you just got, still not fucking use your normal summon, and then go into Lady Brilliant Diamond using Gem Knight Fusion that you just fished out of your deck.
Oh, well, I just fucked it.
Do you build your own deck? Yes. In this game, you're able to get like learner decks as you progress through the story, and you get a deck when you start. But you can get all of the cards in the game through progressing through solo or playing in duels and stuff like that. And then you craft the cards that you don't pull out of booster packs, and then you can build your deck and stuff. Like on my side, I have Skull Servant things that I'm looking at right now, but I'm also looking at some things for a deck engine that I can utilize to be able to
I'm a happy fire dragon. Well, that's good to hear.
That's cool. Yeah, I don't know if there's another Gem Knight thing I want to go into
It's worth doing.
using Gem Knight Fusion.
It's my end. I got my favorite brand of coffee and at least 5 hours of sleep. Well, that's... tasty drank and an appropriate amount of sleep. Attack me with a card that puts me to sleep for 3 more hours, please.
I'm so sorry.
It's Saturday. You need to, sleep in. Enjoy yourself. Lazuli, the fusion card, is wonderful for special summon decks. Yeah. You know, you can also do stuff with like unexpected die
Yeah.
to manage your garnets and whatnot.
Well, that's the thing with Gem Knights being what they are right now. You don't have to run this particular engine with any of the garnets. You can actually profit off of utilizing some of the monsters to be able to gain some extra advantage now. Before it was just play Brilliant Fusion, dump Garnet, dump whatever light monster you were running, and then hooray. But now you can dump shit like Neparim, and then that nets you a discard and a special summon, and then it also nets you the ability to search Hollow Core, which then special summons itself by dumping Gem Knight Fusion into the grave, and then you can use the other. Well, no, you would have special summoned that, but that puts 3 bodies on the board from playing 1 card and having another card in your hand.
Lapis Lazuli burns 500 for each special summon. Yep.
It does.
Yes, indeedy.
The only unfortunate part about that is you have to run Lapis to be able to make it. Unless you use... I seen another one in here that says just special summon Gem Knight thing, ignoring its summoning conditions, which would be really funny if you just dump 3 of those on the board at one time.
Well, I mean, it's like some of the Red Eyes decks that are based about going into triple Metal Flare on turn
really
1.
funny.
So it is, because then every card your opponent plays is 15 to the face. So, like, I hope you playing 5 cards and dying.
Yeah, that's the one I'm thinking of, is Lady Brilliant Diamond.
Yeah.
But how many times can I do Nephirim? Okay, yeah, I can only do that once. So dropping Lapis, I wouldn't be able to profit off of. I hear the plastic bag.
I'm sorry.
I would inflict
It's late
damage.
and I'm munchy. What knowledge of Fiendsmith do you have?
Very little. Unfortunately.
That's fair. That's kind of a tiny slash interesting engine. They're weird because they're very like locked into themselves, because light fiends is not really a thing, but they are, and all of their cards require light fiends.
Magical Musketeers is also a thing.
They are, but the Fiendsmith are kind of a contained engine that just kind of like give you threats off of themselves, and if nothing else, they eat hand traps.
Engraver. Okay, I recognize that card.
Engraver is the centerpiece. Everything revolves around him.
Uh-huh.
He's on all the card arts. He's the core to most of the he is the thing. Gosh, my ADHD. I'm so sorry, Buns.
Because I know that it's like summon engraver, do a thing, kill him, bring him back, summon engraver, do a thing.
Yep.
Link into a thing.
Their one spell can start a huge chain of events that ends on you with a really big, either really big you don't interact with me, or a big negate stick, and also being able to kill your opponent's cards along the way.
Yeah.
And all it is you activating that one spell or using engraver one time. So it either sets you up really good, or it eats a bunch of responses because they have to answer it. And then you're like, okay, cool. Now that you've murdered my Fiendsmith engine, now I'm gonna actually play my deck.
That's kind of funny.
Plastic bag neuron activity activation. Yeah, exactly. Bless you.
And then apparently Lacrima says that if it's in the grave, it's a sustainability engine.
Yeah, there's a couple of them that recycle. And then Lacrima is also the one that's banned IRL because it just burns people for 1200. But it's a self-sustaining engine. It does a bunch of shit. It gives you a bunch of utility. It recycles itself. So it's kind of like this like little thing you kind of like set and forget, and it just kind of like runs itself on the side while you're doing the rest of your shit. Mm-hmm. I think I'm going to call Sword Soul 10E players boomers from now on. Why? I mean, okay, but
I understand.
That's silly.
Well, damn. If only.
I haven't seen Sword Soul in a minute.
If only White Baking was a light monster. That would be stupid.
That's fair. They all act like old men going back in my day. We had the one deck and it was grass. Oh my god, that is so painfully accurate. No, god damn it, I hate how true that statement is. Every Sword Soul player ever is like, this is the greatest deck there ever was. You know your deck sucks now, but it was great once and you all just weren't around to be cool with me.
Back in my day, I used to get all the figures.
Cause it was just fucking, Baron, it was just a Fleur Turbo, and they like, I have this thing that just shits itself out with a token that makes you Fleur and not negate your token. Fuck this game, Scoop. All right, I'm sorry.
Oh god.
God damn it, Maddie. And half of them weren't even original. You know what? Facts. Actual facts.
It is rapidly approaching. It just is 2 o'clock. I think at this point we might need to find ourselves a raid target.
Please don't die.
Well, I gotta be up at 9.
Oh my god, what are we doing?
Yeah. I have no regrets, but we do have to say bye-bye to YouTube. So YouTube, appreciate y'all hanging out with us. Thanks
for being here for this just kind of like chill jabber session. Have a good night, YouTube.
Yes, there will be more fights and more funs, but I'm catching up on a lot of knowledge.
Yeah.
So, but we'll catch you next time, YouTube.